It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay. Off your mic.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, làwọn tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun ti dé.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú.
We are going to have issue with that audio every time I play a video, so we'll manage it. Sorry about that.
Àní Maiyegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
We received the news of the passing of Oloye Sunday Igboho's mother today, and we commiserate with them, and we pray that God will give the family the fortune to actually bear the loss. It's a sad one.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í.
Thank you so much. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them Maiyegun today.
Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Lórí YouTube. Àní ẹ̀sùn rà kì í. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́.
read the caption of this broadcast, read the description as well, digest them, like the broadcast, share it, then sit back, relax, while I begin to open them chapter by chapter. Share the broadcast. I don't know if I should have arrived or sort of entered with a siren, something like wow, 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 or wahala wa. And you know something about Nigeria politicians and the government in Nigeria? Every time they come out to deny something, ladies and gentlemen, that story is true. Now, few days ago, the Nigeria judiciary replied that there was no tribunal judge under pressure from Tinubu. That's unusual, because a day before they replied, they made an official statement. A young guy disclosed a supposed secret meeting between Wike and some members of NJC, especially members of the Supreme Court, the justice of the Supreme Court, that he had meetings with them. And this particular meeting is, it doesn't matter whatever is presented in your tribunal case, they should look for a technicality and get it thrown out. They cannot, by any means, remove Tinubu. There will be problem. What are the problems? Compromise. Judges in Nigeria have been accused of being so corrupt. Many of them, they have actually public record of their corruption. However, the greatest of all the corruption is the compromise that the criminal politicians in Nigeria have over them. Take this one, sir, for job well done. Buy them cars, give them, slush funds, and the rest of them to buy judgments or to conceal evidence. Now, the options before them is to take the offer and compromise the case. Or they should go ahead and think they will rule that Tinubu didn't win. It should be thrown out. Then all of their corruption, and their corruption, evidence of their corruption, the money given to them at a certain time, have all been forwarded to the DSS, EFCC. Don't be surprised when you begin to see Daura or Dokwemu stupid service start arresting judges in Nigeria. While at wow, you can still share the broadcast, by the way. Motideo. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you. From wherever you are joining me from, it is Maiyegun. Yes, live. Now, I know a lot of you are not supposed to be surprised. What you are about to watch is just a documentation like we do on the diary. As they come, we keep them in the diary. So that when you finally see the end goal, the anarchy, the entire breakdown of Nigeria, a lot of people who have been following every event that will eventually lead to that, they won't kind of too surprised. Only those who love to live in denial, pretend that some of these things are not happening, or just look for someone or some people to blame for it. All this will never let the issue go away. There is a problem. The problem is that the impression they are giving you is that Obi, Atiku, they have no case. That's the impression they are giving you. And historically, a lot of Nigerians don't expect the court to remove the president of Nigeria after they have sworn him in. It is like never happened. And if you see millions who are kind of skeptical, don't blame them. You know, usually what we believe is that once somebody becomes an executive, whether it's governor or president of Nigeria, they will have access to unlimited resources that they can use to their own advantage, right? To compromise any case against them, compared to when they had no such power and everybody is neutral. Now, to make it clearer, yeah, the Tinubu that a lot of you are seeing today, is Tinubu that is the president of Nigeria, okay? Whether legitimate or illegitimate, okay, is different from the Tinubu that you have been seeing all these years. Not even the Tinubu you saw as governor, not Tinubu you have been seeing as Lagos landlord. There is more now, which means when you want to fight somebody like that, you are no longer fighting him. You are fighting the establishment. So usually, the fight is not always kind of so obvious. Like, you know what I mean? The compromise, the bribery, the corruption, and the total compromise of any such case has always been like expected, but it's never been made public. Or people never really reacted to them that much until Obi joined the presidential race and participated. Atiku has been participating in elections in Nigeria since 2007 that he wanted to be president of Nigeria. He has been to court for about 3 times. This should be his 3rd or 4th time that he's going to be to court challenging election in Nigeria. And most of the people he challenged are those who have gained that power and they could use that within. You know what they can use? When somebody become president, okay, everybody answer to him. Everybody. All of the institutions, they do. Even if they are, you know, why they answer to him? That moment gives him the power to appoint his own loyalist, trusted people that can carry out every sinister move that he wants to make for him without asking questions. So therefore, it will change all the head of all institutions. You see the judiciary, which they will tell you, go to court, go to court. The judiciary themselves, they are people like you. You get me? They depend on whatever these politicians have to offer them. Now, they don't offer them that like, usually it's not like, oh, take this bag of money. Oh, take this car. No. What they usually do is they start with, oh, let's promote them. Oh, let us promote this and that. And in their career, promotion is more money. And, you know, with your political connection, if your promotion is coming as a political bribe for a possible role you are going to play in a legal case, now, they won't see that as bribe. They will just be like, but they were due for promotion now. So the way they build that is never really much in the open. For example, having the Chief Justice of Nigeria pretending to be on a wheelchair, traveling to London, disguising, until it became public that they have to make an announcement or sort of a clarity on it. Yeah, these were things that they never really come this public. Okay? Journalists who come across information like that, they get those stories killed, or they get the journalist killed. Do you get that now? Now, digging this social media, public, or should I say citizen journalism, has brought the rot in the establishment in Nigeria even further into the open, to the chagrin and surprise of so many, or maybe not so many. So the judiciary in Nigeria that are now, they are, like I said, they are people like you. So from what we have now heard, like I said, when they deny something, ladies and gentlemen, that thing is true. The only thing that usually happens whenever such information become public is that they either go ahead and do it. First, they will deny it, okay? Then they will go ahead and do it. And then they will then say, what is wrong in doing that? Okay? And they will now double down and say, yeah, okay, yeah, what are you going to do about it? That's how they have been operating, okay? Now, they are denying that the tribunal judges in Obi versus Tinubu, Atiku versus Tinubu, they are not under pressure. Let me tell you something. That you get to know that voila, there is problem, and it is called problem in the house of these evil people. What's that problem? Somehow, despite having the old resources to compromise the entire thing, INEC that conducted the election is objecting their own evidence. The same document that they gave to the petitioner, they were in court and they were rejecting them. They were objecting. And when it was time for them to write their own written address about the entire argument, they said all of the evidence, there was no single evidence. INEC, in that same thing you will all watch, Tabi, APC, Egbekegbe came back to say the same thing. There was no evidence. Now, with all of these resources in their kitty, 35 billion naira for the judiciary, 110 billion naira for the National Assembly lawmakers, they seem to still be worried. When they submitted their written address, was like, if the court should look into the evidence presented by these petitioners and remove Tinubu, that's 8.8 million. Meanwhile, in case if you don't know, Tinubu has increased his score at the tribunal. INEC said Tinubu scored 8.7 million. They have increased it to 8.8 million. In their own supposed no evidence presented, no nothing. No, they presented no counter evidence, and they didn't counter the presented evidence, and they didn't present more than 2 witnesses. Okay? But they finally added up. They said their number is 8.8. And by so doing, there is no evidence. Throw everything out. So behind the scene, there is problem. You know that when the issue of Tinubu's forfeiture of $460,000 for heroin trafficking, when David Udeni released the whole detail, PDP, people destroying people, they ignored it completely. I'm talking about the supposed main opposition in Nigeria. They ignored it. But surprisingly, in their petition against Tinubu, it became one of the cardinal prayers, cardinal evidence presented against Tinubu, the Chicago drug trafficking forfeiture. So the same David Udeni dropped something that is also adding to other available or readily available information out there. You know what we are going to do? For you to understand this better, we are going to piece all of the pieces together, okay? And I will help you. We'll do it together. Don't worry. There were reports that Wike met with some members of the NJC Supreme Court, including some of the tribunal members. In fact, 3 of the tribunal judges, they have been regular customers of Wike on so many cases like that. They were on his payroll. Hopeless Uzordima was able to kind of help be the middleman between those between Tinubu and the judges, from what we have heard. And their deal, their offer are very, very simple. So the first piece of the information is their connection, the political connection with this judicial system in Nigeria, especially the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Readily, characters like Ariwola, the Chief Justice, Wike, the former governor of Rivers, Uzordima, the governor of Imo State. Now, these established characters are representing the interests of Tinubu and others. Their offers, from what we have heard, is that, listen, you need to save Nigeria from anarchy. If you should go and rule, that Tinubu should be removed, Nigeria is going to go into anarchy, and you will be blamed for it. And so you will be considered as people who are participating in an act of treason. And here is why. We have your compromise. All we ask of you is this: throw the nonsense case out. We will deal with whatever happened after. And if you decide not to, then you will have your days with the DSS and EFCC. They are not going to have to investigate you. It's already done. It's called compromise. With a Wike that is believed, and then Uzordima, the two of them that are believed to be those two instruments, two characters that have contributed greatly to whatever corruption you allegate against the Nigeria judiciary today. They are going to be, they said they will be witnesses in their trial. It's like using a compromise to threaten the people that are likely going to throw all of you under the bus. So when the rumor came that one of the judges called Ugo resigned, it took days for them to finally come out and said, no, he didn't. But last night, David tweeted this. And it has to do with somebody who sent an SMS to him that the president just rose from a meeting with Governor Uzordima, DG SSS, Chairman ICPC, and instructed to go after the tribunal judges, and including the lawyers of Atiku and Peter Obi. Please, I heard this from a reliable source. Now, because of the person of David, you will never take such message with levity. As we have already seen the SSS. Let me tell you something. Like I said, I want you to start putting the pieces together, and you can make do with this information whatever you want with it. Okay? Last week, the Emefiole's lawyer was on a TV program, and he was accusing the DSS of preventing Emefiole from seeing his lawyers, including whatever charges they have against him. And the court has said he should be released, blah, 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 blah. Daura Secret Service that has turned to Dokwemu's stupid service. The handler of their Twitter, forgetting the fact that it is government secret agent, Nigerian government official handle. They went straight, that handler went straight under that video, and barrage of tweets followed. DSS was tweeting, attacking Emefiole's lawyer. And you know what they said? That Daura Secret Service said, Emefiole's lawyer is also IPOB lawyer. And Emefiole is being accused of sponsoring terrorism and IPOB. Look at this IPOB lawyer trying to release their sponsor Emefiele from our custody. All of you, every IPOB, we will hunt you down, something like that. It was like, what the hell? DSS official handle attacking Emefiele's lawyer using IPOB slaw rhetoric. Wow. So it's just a matter of time before, if these judges don't play balls, before they start arresting them and accusing them of sponsoring IPOB or sponsoring this or that. And for your information, for the past 5 days, they have been staging different kind of drama in Delta states. According to them, the Nigerian soldiers have started clamping down on IPOB in Delta states. IPOB in Delta states. Are you being serious? If you don't understand the scripts, then you are welcome to my class. Emefiele from Delta State is being accused by the Dokwemu Stupid Service that he is sponsoring IPOB, is sponsoring gun running. All of these are the accusations coming from Tinubu. Unfortunately, the end goal, it may not be known to all of you. Divide and rule, you call it. No, it's more evil than divide and rule. However, somebody alerted David. He just left a meeting with them. And the next thing you are going to hear is that never happened. It is just rumor, this and that. What did I tell you about them when they deny? It simply means it is true. Of course, they may kind of change the way they will handle it after that. It is already in the open. Now, the judges who are already compromised, they are currently at a dilemma, a very, very big dilemma. Now, the Tinubu's people, Wike, Uzordima, and the rest of them, they are assuring the judges that just do what we told you. Whatever is the backlash, we will protect you. Okay? And if the evidence as presented, incontrovertible evidence of this rigging is completely upheld, there is also another dilemma. Atiku is asking the courts to declare him the next president, based on the fact that Tinubu should be disqualified for perjury, for forgery, and on. There shouldn't be any rerun. Atiku should be declared the winner. On the other hand, Peter Obi and his lawyers, who in their own written address as well, they are asking for the same thing. Now, Atiku may not react if the tribunal comes out and said they are throwing his case out. But you can't say the same thing about the obedient. The reason why I want to remind you of this is this. Of course, some people are saying that in order to play the script well, they may let the tribunal say Tinubu or INEC made a mistake about the election. There should be a rerun to be on a kind of a safe ground, middle ground. So when they say there should be a rerun, it will just send a kind of a chill down the spine of everybody like, oh my God, what if there is a rerun? What's going to be? Like, who and who is going, that confusion kind of, when is it going to be? Then they will begin to tell you it is not over because they are going to Supreme Court. So you know the difference. If they have to say there should be a rerun from the tribunal, it will not just be Tinubu that will be going to Supreme Court. Now all of them they go Supreme Court to ask for Supreme Court. Tinubu will be going to Supreme Court to be declared winner. Atiku will be doing the same thing. Obi will be doing the same thing. Now the ruling from that tribunal will be held. But don't forget, you see this whole pressure on the entire judges and the judiciary. They are not coming from you. The pressure that a lot of you that are exposing what is really going on, the pressure you are mounting is going on to Tinubu and gang. And in return, the Tinubu and gang, they are pressuring the judiciary. Do you want me to explain that again? See, things are so serious that in some places, they put up a billboard so that you can know this is serious. They paid for a billboard in some part of Nigeria, okay, to tell them that all eyes on the judiciary. And this act of you expecting the judiciary to look into all the evidence critically, without looking for technicality nonsense. So your eyes are on the judiciary, which is okay, right? That is not in any way blackmailing judiciary. That is not any way pressuring them. But the fact that you are interested in judiciary, and a lot of you, and because you are interested in the judiciary, there are many, many rumors. But you know one thing about all the rumors you are hearing, there are some truth in them too. And that is why when you begin to sieve them, you begin to look through them, you can tell what is pure fallacy, garbage. And you can tell something, you can tell about information that need further probe. And say, this one looks credible. Let's probe it further in all of these rumors. But the bottom line is that a lot of you are interested now. This is unusual, okay? It's been months after elections, and it has been almost 2 months after they have swear for Tinubu. So normally it's not like this. A lot of you are so interested. That means that everything that is happening, you want to scrutinize. And by scrutinizing, that means the judiciary may want to do the right thing. By so doing, you are mounting pressure on Tinubu and gang, who believe that by now, everybody should have moved on. You are not moving on. So what if the judiciary decided to do the right thing? What if, believing that they are under their control, everything is under control. The media is telling you, they are telling you that, there's no evidence, this and that. Everybody is pretending publicly that nobody can remove Tinubu. But behind the scene, they are looking at, what if these judiciary people, we cannot just leave them. So when they submitted their written address, they threatened them. They told them that removing Tinubu can lead to anarchy because 8 million people voted for him. 8 million people didn't vote for Tinubu. Of course, people voted for Tinubu. Are you with me? Yeah, people voted for him. Don't say nobody voted for him. People voted for Tinubu. Millions of people did everything. Those, whether they forced them or whether they bought them or whether they themselves or Ombudsman and all of that, they did it themselves. So it doesn't matter. Millions of people voted for Tinubu, but these millions of people, they are not 8 million. So they threatened the judiciary and told them removing him can cause anarchy. That's a threat, a direct threat. Then they turned around and they said, all of you are threatening the judiciary, that if the judiciary, if the judgment doesn't go in your way, you are going to cause problem in Nigeria. No, it's not you, it's them. It is Tinubu and gang that are telling the judges, listen, don't listen to all this noise, so don't cause problem in Nigeria. Your judgment can keep Nigeria or break Nigeria. They are the ones telling them. And you know one thing, they are going even further. A lot of you are telling them that there will be wahala if they rig the judgment, Abi. Don't be say you get tank, you get anything, no, Abi. They are going further. They are opening up compromise on them. Compromise is the, what do you call it? The criminal evidence against them that nobody have. You can accuse them of corruption. You can accuse all the judges of corruption, but you don't have evidence. The politicians have the evidence. They are the ones who pay the bribes. They are the ones who give them properties. They are the ones who pay their medical bills behind the scene. They have all the evidence. They are the ones who tell them what to do on one judgment here or the other. You don't have. You just know they are corrupt. So they are going further to say, we will disgrace you. You will go to jail, being judge, Abi. Because if you fail, if you do anything against what we want you to do, remember there is still a Supreme Court, and Chief Justice of Nigeria is on our side. So just remember that. Don't risk your life. Don't risk your family comfort. Don't risk your career. Don't risk your pension. Don't risk your elite ticket. Because of all these people that are saying that you should do the right thing. The real pressure is not coming from you to the judges. Your own pressure is your interest. And it is on Tinubu. They don't know if there could be any surprise. They are not leaving anything for a chance. But they will tell you, they are not worried. That's what they are telling you, that they are not worried. They don't care. You are just noisemakers. We know that all of you, when the judgment come now, you are not going to accept it. What are you going to do? You want to? So they are now kind of, in return, they are blaming you for what they are threatening to do if they are removed. How many of you remember when I said during the campaign, I'm going to take you back a bit. I just want to remind you of something, okay? During the campaign, I said, when the whole thing was so tense and the obedient were so sure of that they will win, and it was pretty much like they will win as well if they were allowed to really vote. I said, with the level of division that you have seen, with the level of a tribal, ethnic, religious division you have seen, the hatred that were displayed, the toxicity that were displayed during the campaign. Say, for example, what will happen if Tinubu, those of you who are so scared of APC, what will happen if Tinubu is declared winner and they rig the election? A lot of you told me they no bond them well. They should try it first. Nigeria would be this or that. I said, okay, I will take that. Now, to those of you who are beating your chest that Igbo man will never be president of Nigeria, Peter Obi will never be president of Nigeria, that if they now do the Charade election, they can't do them. They can't declare Peter Obi winner. What are you going to do? They were like, no, it's not going to happen. It's not possible. They will start riots in northern Nigeria. Well, it will be this. Nigeria will be ungovernable. You remember that time? Another said, Maiyegun, forget it. It will never happen. It won't happen. They won't make that mistake. Remember those days? We were talking about things that you were not too sure 100% what will happen. Okay? Whatever conviction you had then, somebody like me, who confidently kept telling you that they will rig you out. And this rigging is going to be different from the rigging you have ever witnessed, okay? And it happened. Not because I'm a prophet. It's because I'm talking from experience. Despite all those self-conviction, when they now rigged everything, and they said, go to court, I asked another question. I said, those of you who became so quiet that you couldn't even celebrate any polling units won by Tinubu or APC. During that election time, everywhere you turn to, Obi this, Obi that, Helupi, here and there. Okay? We couldn't see any video of where they are celebrating Tinubu winning any polling unit. I said, what if you now go, the tribunal or the court now said, Tinubu didn't win? Despite all of the toxicity you have actually embedded in yourselves, participated in, what if after all of that, they can't say Peter Obi won and is declared winner from the courts? What are you going to do? It's not going to happen. It's impossible. It's kekiniko. I said, you see, you have not healed and you may never heal. I said, you obedient. They have rigged you, part one. A lot of you thought it should lead to revolution. They said, no. Do it legally. I said, they will rig you in court again, no. What if they now rig you and they legitimize Tinubu? And they said the election was fair and fair. No problem. Tinubu should continue. What are you going to do? A lot of you, like you told me before the election, Maiyegun, wait till after that. And I said, there is no point in fighting yourselves over things that are not in your control. None of you, none of us here is in control. Not even Peter Obi, not even his lawyers anymore. The destiny of what will happen in Nigeria in the next 6 months going forward now rests on the shoulder of 5 people, 5 judges. The 5 judges that are already having the allegation of pressure, corruption, compromise, and on and on and on. Sure you get now? There's no point in fighting yourselves. If you have any energy in you, save it. Save it, because you won't be able to decide anything anymore. The time you were able to, you remember, they said your vote is your power. I said they were lying to you. You have no power. These guys will never give you any power. So they said, go and get PVC, go and get PVC. I said, you can get PVC from now till the end of the time. Now, people will go count your votes, announce the number. They are the most important people in your election. Unfortunately, the most important people in your election is not you. Maiyegun, this one is going to be different. Until you saw professors, university professors, unable to read their own results. The result they wrote down, they are unable to read them. You start seeing university professors stammering. Something you wrote down, no, APC, 1,200, no, 10,002, sorry, 5,000. They start acting stupid. Meanwhile, you have done everything. Now, to announce who is the leading, who won, who lost, is now left in the hand of the crooked people that they have put in place. Go through the right channel, go through the right channel. Now, then build the channel they are calling right channel. They set up the rule. They say, yeah, come and play in the game. Don't trust them. It's not up to you. But unfortunately, maybe a lot of people don't see that way. Now, the enmity, the division, has become part and parcel of you. Abi? So now the decision on what is going to happen lies or rests on the shoulders of 5 individuals. So if they come out and say there is evidence, therefore Tinubu didn't win, there should be a new election, there will be jubilation in Nigeria, not anarchy. I can tell you that. But it's going to be a short-lived celebration. Do they want to go that route? Do they want you to celebrate a bit? Make it look real? Or they are just going to go for the choke, the jugular, and just tell you you had no case? What are you going to do when that happens? That is, we'll wait for that until then. But there is something I want to tell you quickly. There is a shege in Nigeria. And this shege, that they call the shege banza, brought about by Tinubu and his no plan rogues. Well, they do have plan. The plan is to tax you. You are taxing the poor people. You want to take from them and pretending that you are also going to take money somewhere. And you're going to share that money to them in order for them to cushion the effect of the economic destruction that you are supervising. How genius is that? Anyway, the what do you call it? Tinubu and gang. The people who are currently telling you, not even just Tinubu and gang. Yeah, Tinubu and gang, they have done so much terrible number on Nigerians in the last 2 months, okay? That few places right now, you are seeing the once upon a time Yoruba Ronu lunatics. The Lagos Abobakus, the Agbadorians, they are beginning to now confess. Just 2 months ago, they are confessing, telling you that they have regretted. In fact, they are waiting for what do you call it? They are waiting for the tribunal too. Their Kolu has failed them. I have a news for you, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I won't lie to you. Okay? You know that, Abi? Great. Don't ever believe any of those lunatics. If you see anybody that is posting on social media saying that they regret for voting for Tinubu, that they followed tribal, religious, ethnic, and whatever other divisive political narratives that APC, Egbekegbe pushed. And somehow, some of you are going there to begin to show empathy. Stop it. You hear me now? You should stop it. Because you see those bigots, they are irredeemable. Are you listening to me? If you see anybody, especially if that person carries any Yoruba name, I'm a Yoruba man, you know that, Abi? And I can tell you very much about them. They are the cancer that are currently in the fabric of the Yorubas, the Yoruba Omoluabis. They are the people who have brought about the, what do you call it? This tag or bigotry tag that a lot of you are currently experiencing in Nigeria today. The one they elevated to this national politics of Nigeria. Yorubas are not bigots. And let me tell you why. Some of these bigots that you see today, they call the real Yorubas Omoali. They are supporting and promoting a man that nobody knows his father. He denied his father. Nobody knows his mother. He denied his mother. All right? In Yoruba land, you are believed that if you reject your father and your mother, you have rejected your origin. That same Tinubu, who shouldn't be a role model to any red-blooded Yoruba son or daughter anywhere in the world. Okay? But today, surprisingly, you are seeing some of these lunatics who are saying they are pro-Yoruba, more Yoruba than other Yorubas. But here is the sample. Tinubu promotes agberoism, all risers. You know what I mean? People who have money without any enterprise. People who have no real, you know what I mean? Billionaires with no invention, nothing. People who live off, or you can call them the scavengers, opportunists, chancers, and you don't need education to do all of that. So, therefore, when the likes of Tinubu came, they destroyed the education in Yoruba land, okay? They turned Yorubas, because what's the point? You went to school. After all of that, you have no job, no nothing. You are growing old. Your life is wasting away before you. There is no achievement, no progress. So then suddenly, you could probably become a ticketer, collecting tickets, a political jobber, or something, and you start living off that. Then you become a big man. People start respecting you, all right? And then you know that the whole going to school or not going to school is a pure waste of time. Today, a lot of them want to be politicians in Yoruba land, you know? And that is why the mediocres, the worst of the worst, are those who are controlling the political leverage of that same place. And that is why mediocrity, today education is almost nothing, ruined, you will say, for a region that was once a pride in education and educating our people. Go to Yoruba land today, dilapidated school buildings, and see the school children themselves. See all, so this is what they promoted in Yoruba land. Awolowo gave Yorubas and non-Yorubas free education for years. The product of that spread over far and beyond Yoruba land, all across, Nigeria, and far and beyond Nigeria, the product of the free education of Awolowo. What is the education policy of Tinubu? What is the education policy of APC in Yoruba land? And what is the impact of that? So the same characters, the same rogues, suddenly turn around. They are more Yorubas than Yorubas. They are calling Yorubas who rejected these never-do-wells, these opportunists, these destiny killers, those who made Yoruba land to become almost a refugee land, go there, you will think they just fought Yoruba land. They just fought war in Yoruba land. Go and see where people are living. Go and see how people are living in that same Yoruba land in Nigeria. Then they turned around because of that druggie, Escobati. They started calling their fellow Yorubas Omoali for not supporting the druggie. And they started the ethnic baiting, tribal baiting of non-Yorubas for the sake of this druggie. So I know them very well. If they turn around and start singing that they regret, they have no regrets. If they call for another election tomorrow, these same characters, they will tell you, right, that they are more Yoruba. Yoruba is this, and it's for the sake of Yoruba. They cannot. So don't believe them. Do not fall for it. Do not. We have jobless young people in Yoruba land, graduate, educated, not educated. They are roaming the streets. They are just like our own awaiting time bomb in Yoruba land. So they turn them to what? They turn them to the Yoruba political alimajiris that are suffering and smiling. So when they turn around and tell you they regret because of the hardship they are facing, do not believe them. Do not. Characters like this, before the election, they were able to express this kind of, read this. So, here is your next president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the GCFR of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In case you don't like him, you can jump into a lagoon. We are not going to miss you as a medical doctor in Nigeria. Àwọn olórí burúkú. 2 months after, this is the same olórí burúkú calling people olórí burúkú. When the shege started with them, the same way they came up. I swear, my sister, I regret everything I did for this man. A very wicked and useless man. Are you following me? Now here is another one. They are conditioned to be like that. No amount of suffering will make them change. See this guy on the left. After they did their My Lagos, Not Your Lagos for Sanwo-Iku, when he went on to say, Lagos State University school fees, indigene with Yoruba record, 75,000 naira. Non-indigenes, 750,000 naira if you want to school in Yoruba land. So, if you want to rent houses in Yoruba land, you remember those times? This way, so some of them had no jobs. Some of them, they are not living in Nigeria. Are you with me? For those ones who are living in Nigeria, if you see them one-on-one, the horrible life they live, the abject poverty they are living in their lives, you will be like, shey, these are the olori brukus I am replying on social media. Look at the person I am replying on social media. For them to push their Yoruba lokon, they said, in Yoruba land, if you want to buy land, in Yoruba land, they has to be cheap if you are Yoruba. If you are not, if you are Hausa, Fulani from the north, for example, if they are selling land for 1 million naira, in Yoruba land, Yorubas will buy the land for 1 million naira. Hausa Fulani will buy the land for 1.5 million naira. But Igbos, these are the things these guys were posting on social media. They said Igbos will buy the land for 10 million naira. If you can't buy it, go back to Agulu, Anambra State. If you are in Yoruba land, and you want to send your children to school, if the Yoruba children are going to free schools, free education, all the non-Yorubas, they must be paying at least 500,000 naira to send their children to school in Yoruba land. Now, if your children want to go to school, university in Yoruba land, when the Yorubas pay 70,000 naira, those of you who are Igbos, you will pay 1 million naira. These were their wishes to punish those who stood against Yoruba local ethnic baiting, jingoism. They got to a point whereby they said Yoruba jobs for Yoruba people. And we were asking them, can you list five big Yoruba businesses in Lagos, okay, that has the highest employers. That have more workers in Lagos. There is no Yoruba job. There is no Igbo job. There is no Hausa job. These are jobs created by Nigerians from everywhere, right? Now, these guys were campaigning for Yoruba job. If you are a Yoruba man and you have a business in Lagos, you must sack that Igbo and employ a Yoruba. They said, if you are a landlord in Lagos, if your rent is, let's say if your rent is 1 million naira per annum, if Yorubas want to take those houses, you must give the houses to Yorubas for 500,000. And you must share the rest of the money on the Igbos that you rent the houses to. And the Igbos must pay 2 million naira. That's it. Or else they should go back to their place. Those who are promoting this, and we were telling them, because of Tinubu, because of Wike, people who are stealing your money, those who are actually like, for election, you are going to destroy your own, last, education has come now. Everybody will have to pay the same price. Okay? They have removed subsidy. Abi? Everybody will have to pay the same transportation money, Abi? Everybody will have to go to the market and pay the same price for the same food now. Abi? Now, there is no Yoruba market for Yoruba food. There is no Fulani market for Fulani food. There is no Igbo market for Igbo petrol. Everybody will have to go there. Now, there is no Muslim schools that you will say, okay, this one a Muslim hospital with Muslim bill. This one a Muslim Christian schools with Christian bills. Everybody is existing in that same place right now. And I told you, I did. So when they turn around and start telling you that, you know what I mean? When they tell you that they regret, no, they don't. I'll show you another one. Here is another one. You might have seen it, okay? Oh, how I was stupid enough to think that this old man has solution to a complex Nigeria is what still baffles me. Almost 2 months now, no ministers. We still don't know his policies. So much for someone who promised to hit the ground running. Nothing is an emergency to this guy other than worsening the already existing hardship of citizens. I really like the way it is happening, and thank God, I am also paying through my nose. I used to form middle class before, only to discover I am amongst the poorest of the poor. I really wish the court can at least quickly throw us into a rerun so that we can we can correct this error of a president. How some people, unrepentant agbadoist, Ogunrinde Oluyemi, we thought Buhari was the problem. We business owners envisaged a boom once he left office. But here we are. Don't come and tell me it is just 2 months. It is from the morning we know how the evening will be. This is a disappointing start. Peter Obi, even though I didn't support him, would have gone miles ahead by now. But I chose ethnicity over competence. Our hope is supposed to be renewed based on what was promised, but this is shege. See how the purchasing power of the common man is sliding down just in 2 months. Have you seen shege? Have you seen shege? Shege ain't you? Or are you still pretending? Are you still pretending that these guys don't give a left ass about you? Take a look at this guy. He happened to be one of the Agbadorians from Ekiti. In fact, he became famous on social media. And according to information, his name is Ayeni Clement. Ayeni Clement Kayode is from Ekiti. And he considers himself as a spiritualist, somebody who hears from God. During the campaign, God told him that Peter Obi will cry God told him that Tinubu is going to be their president. God told him that Tinubu is going to change Nigeria in a way that a lot of people were going to be surprised. And so many other nonsense that he said God told him. In 2 months, ladies and gentlemen, the story has changed. Ma, drink tea while we listen to this clown, Kayode from Ekiti.
Yeah, as I was telling you, I am one of a very special and well-dedicated spiritual and physical, financial food soldier for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I supported him so much that I've even received enemy, even in the Christendom, in Khan, even by many pastors and servants of God and Christians. Why? I always supported him and assured them that nothing is going to make him not to win. Are you hearing me? I even go to the length of sold my pilot jeep in following him and in doing prayer, following him, lock ourselves with other 6 people, making 7 indoor for him in fasting and prayer, white fasting, that he must win. Follow him to campaign with fasting in many places. Are you hearing me? Nasarawa, Abuja. Are you hearing me now? Ondo, Ekiti, Lagos, Osun, Delta, Edo, in many places. Some people see me, he see me. I think he saw me in some of the places. Both up to Tesmin Stadium in Lagos. Are you hearing me? We even go to Governor's house, that is in Marina. That is where me and him have some little talk. He had me over that day to Fasasi and the Kamal that whatever I want him to do, he will do. I discussed with them on phone with Fasasi. I go, in fact, I sacrifice a lot. Are you hearing me? I learned maybe Fasasi collected money, maybe he asked them to give me money, they didn't give me. I know I lost on that area. But that should not even be too much painful. Are you hearing me? If the government is so favorable, because I'll be assuring people here and there, churches and private, and don't worry, vote for this man, the government is going to be the best. Immediately coming, things will start coming down that 1 month. But may I tell you something? Since the week they saw in Tinubu, I don't think I'll be able to use my motor to go out 3 times because the fuel price. And I'll be using vehicle since 1986. The first vehicle I used in life was given to me by President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. He know me one-on-one because God used me to reveal to him the secret of Mama Fasa when they are plotting that. So we know one-on-one. I was even still in some years backward that I'm the one that prayed for him during his birthday. So, but I cease not to be following, and Tinubu himself know me. See the way this government is going. Before he come in, are you hearing me? I used to give them 5,000, 7,000, or 10,000 to buy food for 5 days. But now, if I give them 20-something thousand, it will not be even good. We can't eat even enough with my children and family. Last Sunday, I went for a program at Igbaraudo. Do you know what? I have to disguise myself, not to dress the way people will recognize me to enter public transport. Why? The Jeep I'm having now, I can't fuel it to go that place. I will use about 15,000 to fuel, go and come to Igbaraudo, to Ekiti here. We have an ordination in our headquarters. I just managed to carry the motor to go there. Are you hearing me? The day we do training, I have to follow other person. I can't carry motor. Can you see such a life? If me now in this level, what of other poor people that I know they are suffering? Many people are calling me. Abba. And what I'll be telling people is that government of Tinubu is going to be for the masses. This is not how to start. Yoruba make a parable. They said dry dog is sweet. But it's something we are going to eat before the dog dry. Yoruba say that it's going to good, it's going to good. That is how many other governments have been saying. He's supposed to have put things in order. We have about 4 refineries. This man has not put any of them in order. Then you are removing subsidy to put people into trouble. Huh? If I talk, I go out there in anywhere now, they will kill me. I am telling you. In many parks, some of these chairman of union that they respect me in Oye, in Ado, in Lagos, they respect me because I am a prophet and God has used me for them in one way or the other. Both in Kuje, both in Abuja and Suleja. When I was telling them, don't worry, it's going to be better. I am telling you the other day that I was in Oye, when I want to talk, they wanted to, the way they are attacking me, if I did not use wisdom, maybe I could have murdered, maybe they could have killed me in that place. Just because I don't know. Maybe I didn't go in spirit well. I was just seeing that God says he's going to win. But I don't know it's going to be a greater punishment to Nigeria again. What kind of government is he running? All I want to say, because just as you told me the other day that we talked, that it's not that they are giving you money for all the efforts for the group you create, which I believe this group you create contributed, if not 10 or 20% vote to him of that campaign. At least, let me say 20% of the campaign, this group you created. And I don't believe they have rewarded you in any way. Are you hearing me? But then, even though they not reward you personally, if the policy is favorable to people, you will know you have been rewarded. But this is government. It's going to be, it's the worst government that I've ever seen. Under 2 months, it's the worst government I've ever seen throughout my lifetime. So if care is not taken, are you hearing me now? Yoruba said, he that bring a lame person, we know how to take him away. Are you hearing me? I only. I remember the time of Abacha. I was supporting military, but when Abacha come in, people that used to talk to when I get to see, one of the people that I was praying for in government then in soldier, they are retiring now as a major general. Are you hearing me? If this government is not careful and we go indoor for 3 days, and I know one thing or the other, Tinubu will be removed. I'm telling you, it's going to be an issue. It will be removed. Only 3 days marathon fasting. If I tear my clothes in the presence of God with tears, I know nothing will make him not to be removed, because God have done so through me in 1998 during Abacha. So I want you to see how you are going to pass this message to them. Adeboye Gabasasi make use of me, collected money on my behalf. 1 naira I was not giving. Are you hearing me? I suffer. I invest my money, my spiritual capability, my time, my connection in collecting people. Forget about that. Even though I was not rewarding personally, say take. But if the economy, if his policy is good, why not? I'll be happy. I will be so much happy. But the way thing is going, Tinubu is going to be a bad history in Nigeria. With that bad his wife. Initially, I don't even like that his wife, because it's a religion. Even be a Christian, he doesn't have mercy. He doesn't have anything empathy. That is Oluremi Tinubu. He knows me one-on-one. I can say it to his own face. 2019, when Asiwaju was to send me to Israel, I go there to go and pray specially for him not to have loss of life. And I told him he's going to become the president. The man was ready to do it. Yes, he did it later. But do you know that Remi Tinubu, to my own face, was discouraging him? Of a blessed memory, Alhaji Latif, one of the aides, Friday, know what I'm saying. Are you hearing me? That woman.
Àtisebo, àtisete, àti ń parọ́ tipẹ́, àtisete, tìtó òdìmú òdodo òsì mọ́, àtisete, kágbàdé fálárè, àtisete, kágbẹ̀bí fálárè, àtisete, adájọ́ ń parọ́ torí owó, àtisete, òdìlú ń parọ́ nítorí ipò, àtisete.
What's going on? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀?
Yay, Pastor ti bínú. Pastor don para. They have to remove Tinubu. Pastor Kayode. Pastor Ayeni Clement Kayode. The man that talks to God and God actually listens to him a lot. Pastor Kayode Nikure o. If you have a chance of watching me, Pastor Kayode Nikure Ofoleshe. Even despite the fact that you know, your fake spirituality and the rest of them didn't tell you, or you said your spirituality told you it was going to win and be president. So the spirituality didn't tell you, say, from the moment it become your president, now leg you go, they take waka. Where anyone no, they said that they nearly kill him somewhere. You went about using the name of God to lie for a drug dealer. Because of what they won't give you, because of what they give you, they send him to Israel. Now, Shiwaju sent out to Israel. The way they suffered for just 2 months. 2 months, baby. You know why he's not telling you? I'll tell you. This poverty don't enter everywhere. Now, person will get money, they pay tithe. Now, person will get money, they pay offering for church. Everybody don't collect. The liar thought he had political connection. If they had paid him or given him some money, given him a new car, he won't say that. He will be telling you that some enemy are trying to make Tinubu fail, but he's going to pray to God. The way they want to go and pray now, instead of being pound, somebody we don't disturb already, hungry. He won't go pray, fasting and prayer. He go fast and prayer. They go remove Tinubu. Abi? So that what will happen? Because he has regretted, it has touched him. Since 1986, he has been driving a car. Since Tinubu came to power, he's managed to drive his car 3 times. Number one, he cannot afford the fuel anymore. And if he managed to afford the fuel, he can't even just drive anyhow anymore. He can't do big man anymore. A lot of you are doing middle class. Now, that middle class or something is gone. If then they pay you salary of 200,000 naira, you know, say 200,000 naira is nothing anymore. Buy Abi, or 500,000. Nobody una they feel like say you be middle class, Abi. It go touch all of you, one by one. You go pick up phone and you will make videos. Some of you will cry. Now they expect people to cry. You see this one, on my phone, that's why some weirdos are on Facebook. May I tell you, right? Why we were listening to that lunatic called Pastor Bengabi, Pastor Kayode. See him, when we were listening to him, I just glanced something. I just peeped through one comment. One Taiwo. You know what he wrote? You are running down your country. Is it because you are no longer in Nigeria? That is why you are running down your country. You see? Sorry that I know people like him. Sure you get. And then the lunatics like him. Don't mind him. Is it because he's he's living in a place that is better? Is he that because he's living in abroad? That is why he's talking all these bad things about Nigeria. Olori buruku ninyi, no be today o. Seun Bonsin. I am talking bad things about Nigeria by exposing Kolu. The Ashiris that are making your life Labi. No, blame me. Eminiko blame Olori buruku. Talking about it, no, run Nigeria down. Now Maiyegun, they run Nigeria down. Okay? Because Maiyegun is talking. That is why your life is miserable in Nigeria right now. And that is why, the hardships you are actually facing, okay, is because Maiyegun is talking. Really. Oloju boga, oloju woro, oloju shako bi ti korowo. Wirujure ajiyaje, sho man jiya, sho uri. Aya jiyaje, living in denial. Blame me, eminiko blame. And believe the world don't actually know what is going on in Nigeria. Where are you living? Under the rock. Don't worry. It's a matter of time. People like you already, they are already saying they are going to go and do fasting and prayer. may God remove Kolu when he touch you or touches you. Because you know something, right? In Nigeria, a lot of them, when they are not victim, when that thing is not happening to them, it's not happening. Unfortunately, a lot of you are listening to lunatics, people who have had mental problem due to hunger. They are making opinions on social media. And a lot of you are saying, yes, it's true. That's true, my brother. That's true, my brother. People who get mental touch. Have you seen that? Skit? There's a particular skit where this guy went into a restaurant, right? While in that restaurant, he ordered what he could pay for, just little thing. When he's eating, while he was eating, another guy is sitting opposite him, who had a tie on, who had a shirt that looks like an office guy. It looks like all right, and he's drinking water. And he said, hey, bro, order anything you want. Just take anything you want. And then this guy looked back. I was like, sorry, are you talking to me? Say, yeah, I'm talking to you. Would that be enough? What you have there, would that be enough for you? And I was like, bros, that's how much I can afford. You know, this country is very tough. Listen, go and take anything you want. Go to, do you like wine? Do you drink wine? Bros, wine, Ike. Yeah, go and get yourself a nice champagne there. God bless you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, sir. Then you start ordering food and taking everything. And they are like, why you are there thanking your star, more? Amy, today, this guy, while you are eating, everything is in front of you. The person who told you to take all the food, then just stood up, right? And you realize that the guy is actually not wearing anything underneath. The tie you thought was tucked in, he dressed smart, is actually a madman. Are you with me? A madman just told you to go into food debt, to go beyond your own limit. You believe that madman. That's exactly what so many of these hungry lunatics on social media supporting APC, all right? That's who they look like. They will tell you and come around and tell you, Tinubu made people. If you see what Tinubu's idea is, a kiniko politician, is a bad kiniko. All of you who have your real life, you have your real life to live. Some of you are students. You know what it takes to go to that school in Nigeria. What they pay to send you to the school. How hard it is. Some of you have jobs. And you are still there managing without your job. A lot of you have so many prospects. Then they are talking about politics. Political jobbers on social media are giving opinion. You are going there and say, that's true. That's true, my brother. Then they brought in criminals who destroyed the country, destroyed the economy. Today, you now realize that those who are advising you on social media, majority of them have no real job. A lot of them have never really worked in their life. They are political jobbers. They bully, they attack, they abuse on behalf of their criminal leaders. You will get job, you get businesses. You have businesses. You know what it takes to survive in Nigeria. And you are listening to lunatics on social media telling you that the people who put you there, or those who are willing to take away everything from you, they are the best for you. Now, Tinubu is here. A lot of you are now feeling like you were deceived. I regret it. Oh, I regret that I followed Tinubu. I shouldn't have. I thought, I was doing it because of what? Talo motivate. Now, these Olori Brukus are now back on social media. They will start gaslighting you. Motivate, I've seen it before. Sure you get. A lot of you brought in Bokwari in 2015. Within 6 months, you realize that you've made a mistake. Some of you started saying, I regret it. I regretted it. Guess those who are bullying you, attacking you. You were supposed to be the same thing, the same people you were shouting change with the other time. Remember? The people you are saying, change. Nigeria deserve change. After 6 months, you know, say, na scam. And you came out, you are like, I regret it. I regret for campaigning for Buhari. I thought Buhari would be this and that. Who are those who are attacking you? Same people you once shouted, change with. No be so? So I've seen it before. So that when you now see Tinubu, those who told you that they were 100% sure, now the lunatics you are following on social media, telling you that the career criminals, they have changed, they are bringing you goodies, and you believe them. Now that you are saying you regret, you regret, guess what they do? They start blaming you. You are impatient. Maybe you didn't even support him. Maybe you didn't even shake Kiniko. Maybe you are even an enemy. In fact, you are an enemy. In fact, you are an obedient. You are an Kiniko. They will gaslight you. Same thing you are doing to others. Because of Tinubu, they will do it to you, your friends. All of them that you are commenting. Putting all of those divisive rhetorics out there. Okay? They will do it to you too very soon. Because you're going to see that you've made a horrible mistake, Abi. And guess what will happen? They will come back to you and say, shut up your mouth. Maybe you didn't even vote for him. You are just an enemy. Then you will now understand that they used you. Just that they are using them now. They too, they will come to their reality too. Just like you. Unfortunately, it will be too late. Damn too late. So I've seen it before. So if you turn around and start blaming me, now this Maiyegun, they cause problem. This Maiyegun want to cause problem in Nigeria. Are you not supposed to be in problem already? In Kenya, they are not facing what you are facing. Guess what? The people are already on the streets in Kenya. In Nigeria, you see one somebody or one spirit or something, or until you become, I don't know. So if you come around and then you look at me and say, this Maiyegun is running down Nigeria, not me. The rogues you are defending, are running down Nigeria. I am just here to tell you. That's it. Now let's take it a bit further. Thank you so much, Felicia Bernard. That's very kind of you. And to also 20, 23, 25. I can't remember. I got one earlier, a super chat. That was also good. Thank you. Okay. So today, when they tell you that they have seen Shege, of course they have seen Shege, all right? But don't believe that if they hold another election this weekend, these people, they will go back to that same tribal, ethnic rhetorics. And they will come back later and tell you they regret it again. Here you get. But for the part where they said that the tribunal should help them correct it, again, I will say amen to that for them. Because they do need that. Because the people who lie, a lot. The hardship is everywhere now. And mostly, people are complaining of the costs of living. Starting with the cost of transportation. Shebi, you remember that one of the things that these fraudsters did to you is to make you believe that what they were investing in transportation, especially train or rail travel, would help in the future, okay, to cut down the money people actually, the number of vehicles on the road, as well as the amount of money people spend on transportation. And since governments of Bokwari said they launched the train all over Nigeria, 80% of them right now are not working anymore, or not working at the full capacity whatsoever. But you remember that Bokwari did come to Lagos in January this year. Sure, you remember that time? No, you remember he's been to Lagos a few times, But he was in Lagos in January 19 or thereabouts. It was just about a month to the elections. And they said Bokwari was in Lagos to commission the completed monorail. Right now in Lagos, a lot of people are now trekking. They cannot afford what the transportation is right now. A lot of people are currently like losing their jobs because it's not worth it for you to be working and only to end up using the almost 100% of your pay for transportation. And you are not sure where this is headed as well. Everybody is feeling the pang and the bite. Isn't it ideal for some of you, especially the My Lagos, Not Your Lagos, the Lagos Abobakus, to remind Kolu, remind Sanwo-Iku, the monorail they commissioned in January that was supposed to be running on electricity. They said it will be carrying 500,000 passengers every day, and which means it will be running from Lagos Island straight to Agbara, nearly Ogun State. But they said the first phase, which was commissioned by Bokwari, was to cover the mainland to island. That one was supposed to be working. We saw the video, we saw the pictures, and we also saw when they were pushing it. So some people are now saying that why is that not running fully right now? To help you with, okay, I'll take you back there. In January this year, talking about the cost of living crisis, the mega shitty, the fraud they sold you, they started building monorail in Lagos. The Lagos state government started building monorail as a contract, as a project since 2006. Yeah, you heard me right. The project started from 2006 by Fashola, and from 2006 to 2023, do the math, 17 years. They haven't completed the first phase of the monorail, but they did say they did complete it in January. We'll use this as a throwback. Arise News credits for this video. A throwback, please.
Day 2 of President Buhari's official visit to Lagos. It started with more projects commissioning, beginning with the Jean Randall Center for Yoruba Culture and History at Onikon. A short distance away from there is the Marina Terminal of the Lagos Blue Line Rail project, scheduled to be inaugurated as part of the President's itinerary for the state visit on the second day.
Am I to the left? Am I to the right?
There was excitement in the air as the #1 citizen unveiled the plaque signifying the official start of operation for the Lagos Metro service. But hold on a second for speeches to explain what the Blue Line is all about and what it means for the emerging mega city.
It's expected to move 250,000 campaign when it begins commercial sector. Today, Mr. President, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, history is being made as we gather to commission the most audacious project to be funded by a sub-national in Africa. The Lagos Blue Line is a 27-kilometer rail system from Marina to Okomai, which is west of Lagos. Its construction was divided into phases for ease of implementation. It is expected to move more than 500,000 passengers when the entire line is eventually completed.
The benefits, Mr. President, are obvious. It will reduce travel time, it will improve the quality of life of our citizens, and it will make Lagos one of the most resilient mega cities, not only in Africa, but it will compete with other mega cities in the world. And Mr. President, it is also on track that we will be commissioning the Red Line before the end of your administration. That, in fact, is even a bigger, better, longer rail corridor, which we're excited with the collaboration of the Nigerian Railway Corporation, where we're sharing the rail corridor.
Signing of more agreements for the next phase of the project. And then
okay, the audio, yeah, I know. Now, you know how I'm going to kind of hide the audio delay is that I'm going to put up a picture that will cover that. Somebody said they would like to see a blue rail, red rail in Anambra. And the person who said that is a Yoruba person who commented just now. I have a very kind of a small education I want to give to somebody like you. Okay? You might have said that out of, like, your normal, what do you call your usual ethnic, tribal kind of a slur, and you think you are trying to be funny. All right? Well, let me give you some few explanation here. Every time you try to compare what happened in Lagos or what doesn't happen in Lagos with any part of Nigeria, okay, for whatever reason, you are just being ingenious. Like, you know what I mean? What happened is this. Lagos State, by the virtue of the proximity, as in the location of Lagos, as well as the political agenda behind everything around Lagos, which is Yoruba land, that automatically make Lagos the richest state in Nigeria. Where, for example, Anambra, or in fact, the entire eastern part of Nigeria, when it comes to government revenue and then, what do you call it, or where they get them from. Now, when you put them side by side, Anambra State that you just mentioned, all right, is probably like about 14 or 15 position to Lagos. And why? Where Lagos is bragging to be generating over 600 billion naira as revenue from the companies. Most of these companies too, they are companies that are representing businesses that are in Niger Delta, the oil business and the rest of them, or the eastern businesses that are actually situated their headquarters in Lagos. And then Lagos being the center where, I mean, you have to stop in Lagos before, except if you're not a businessman, you would have to stop in Lagos or whatever your business is, we have to cross or pass through Lagos mostly before you can actually be in Nigeria. Now, Lagos, where Lagos is bragging about 600 billion revenue from all of this and this advantage. Anambra, that is in the far east, will be bragging somewhere around there, 80 billion, 100 billion. Now, in Lagos, those who are controlling the resources of Lagos, it's like a circle of them. The revenue they tell you they generate is what they generate. You know, it's not actually what they generate. Abi? Now, the development that comes with that revenue that they generate, if you now put how much money Lagos is making with the development in Lagos, side by side, you will stone Tinubu and everybody that has been in political office in Lagos under Tinubu, after him and the rest of them. You will go and pick up stones. You will stone every one of them. Lagos, where you are the richest, supposed richest state with revenue, by revenue, has no drinking water, has no functional rail system, has no functional transportation system per se, all right? Their roads, 80% of their roads are not motorable, okay? They practice an unhygienic, dirty environment. The entire Lagos state is pretty much like a dumpster. Sure you get? So when you put all the resources they make in Lagos, beside the development or whatever they say they have done for Lagos, if you then put them side by side, in 24 years, Lagos state has generated, over time, they have generated over 40 trillion naira. I'm not making that up. 24 years, over 40 trillion. If you put Anambra in the same bracket, I don't think Anambra has generated up to 1 trillion in that 24 years from revenue, not talking about allocation and the rest. So when you say things like that, simply because you wanted to sound like you have sense or you are intelligent or something like that, it is better for you to educate yourself. Now, this is like, if you now remove all the, that is if you remove all the corruption, the corruption in Anambra, the corruption in Lagos, and you say, okay, put all of your resources together, you will never be able to compare their development, ever. So, like I said, you will stone Tinubu and the rest of other criminals, rather than compare them, or compare elsewhere with the trash they have put our people in, unfortunately. Sure you guys. But going forward, the same baranda they put together, after federal government of Nigeria, that is the most indebted, Lagos State is also the most indebted state in Nigeria, with the debt of over 4 trillion naira. You are making the highest money in Nigeria. They are making like times 1,000 of what some other states are making in Nigeria. But when you go to some of these states, you will see beautiful roads, like beautiful roads. That's why we are telling you to leave that Lagos. Come on, travel a bit. Places that generate far less than what Lagos is generating. They are still managing to build roads. So go and see their roads and the rest of them. Are you with me? But where you have no commercial or any plan of really developing your country, yeah, and you center for political reason, you center the economic of the whole country at a single place for political reason. If that wasn't the case, probably it would be a different story. So don't compare. A lot of you would rather buy catapults, pick up stones, and go after them. If you get sense, so just if you do have sense, so you see this blue lane, red lane, they started it 17 years ago. You know one ridiculous thing about it? Every government or every governor that comes in Lagos, they always rewrite their own estimate of what is going to complete the project. Fashola started it, and as for Fashola, his own is going to cost this amount. So they took the money. So Fashola built some bridges here and there. They stopped. It's ongoing. So they told the people, the next governor is coming to come and complete it. Ambo, they also came. Monorail, blue line, red line. Okay? How much is it going to cost? It's going to cost so billion. So somebody took his own money too. He also built some bridges and some steps and everywhere, and they make the extension and to make it look like they are doing something. And in fact, I heard he also paid for coaches. That is the cars that will go on the on the track, just to make Lagosians believe that they are doing something. So he collected his own. When Ambode didn't come back, Sanwo-Iku came. So for 4 years, Sanwo-Iku also developed his own style, his own budget to complete the red lane and blue lane. But this time around, he managed to get delivery of all these coaches that they can display and say, see this Lagos. Why would you want any other person to take this Lagos? Do you know how much it costs to build what they are trying to build, by the way? Just so you know. Make I tell you. From what we heard, they said that the rail line, the monorail, blue line and red line, the budget was supposed to be, in all honesty, it was supposed to be about $400 million. Okay? But when they put up everything together, they said it's going to cost 1.2 billion times 3. So when they took that money, in fact, they had to borrow some at some point. Okay? So 17 years down the line, that blue lane, red lane, they have spent over $2 billion. They haven't completed the blue lane. But they brought Bokwari to come and commission it. Few days after Bokwari left, ladies and gentlemen, will train to commission.
See, and I push the push up. This is Lagos, so that the monorail where they say they don't commission. Might be this. Nigeria, you can never have it right. See, they push monorail for up. So that's how the train gonna go for road. The zone or lights go finish. They'll call the push out like this. My guy, this country now zero. Dead on arrival. See, and I push the push up. This is Lagos, so that the monorail where they say they don't commission. Might be this. Nigeria.
Which is a shame. And up till now, I don't know if you are from Lagos, so maybe you can tell us, how is your monorail? That should be serving the purpose right now that a lot of people are finding it difficult. It's electric. They said it's electric. So if that one is working, it will also kind of help, especially school children. Imagine how much you're going to be giving to your children to go to school right now. When they resume. How much is that going to be? Are you not going to tell your children to stay away and stay at home? Are you not going to begin to look for another alternative? They have increased the unity school fees. So are you not going to review your, are you not already doing it? All right. Shege Bansa. Taiwo. Odeda Iro. Thank you very much. I caught that. If I didn't quickly touch that, I may miss it. And I wouldn't be able to say thank you. Okay. So yeah, that is that. And what else do we need to touch? Just before I take calls, I seem to have taken, I've covered almost everything. Not everything. Okay. So what I'm going to share with you next is before I take calls, okay, it's going to be an update of Yoruba Union, our outing. The one of them that you saw, Mr. Lukman, that is currently receiving our support. Okay, so I'm going to take a break first. Now, if you have been with me all night, right, you should take a moment and like this video. Okay, like it, and when I get back, we will continue. If you haven't really liked it, that's your offering. Pay it. I'll be back.
Bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bẹ lọ́hùn ìwọ lọ́hùn mọ́sán àmọ́ mi di ọmọ ọlọ́mọ kó mọ̀ rí pa àwọn ọmọ abẹ̀ sí ní mọ̀ tọrọ jẹ ìyá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní bẹ lọ́hùn so nígbà tọ́lọ́hun ṣe ẹsẹ̀ mi jẹrà oore jábọ́.
Thank you very much, everyone. This is the segment where I am going to give an update on this individual. So there is a part of that clip I didn't share with you, and I intend to tonight. And I also have, a bit of an extra to share with you on our, on our activity. This one, I'll make sure it's not an emotional one. Okay, it's going to be, our visit to school children and what we did as Yoruba Union. Now, to everybody who has always been asking that, how can they join? The Yoruba Union Telegram is an open forum, which is for Yorubas and then the friends of Yorubas. So what happened there is that we don't kind of entertain all talk like that. We raise issues that concerns our people and our community and all that, and see how we're going to be able to kind of help. What can we do? And all of that. Okay, that's what we do. All right. So if you want to join us, it's a voluntary organization. Joining us means that you are volunteering to be part of those who are also going to be our advocates out there or our sponsor. So I want to say thank you to everybody who has been very much supportive of the union. And as I told you before, we will be taking charge of the medical treatment of Mr. Lukman. Okay, there is more that I wanted to share with you from his story that I didn't finish the last time because it was too emotional, right? So I'm going to do that tonight. Then I'm going to add another one. Then I'm going to open the line. Then we can talk. So if you are probably going to leave, just make sure that you like the broadcast before you do. I will share the link to the Telegram in the comment section to everyone who wants to be part of it. Just, you know. Anyway, let's do this.
Egungun ẹ̀ lásán ló wà ń ta yìí kò sẹ́ran kankan tó cover ẹ̀ egungun lásán ni mo kàn fi àkísà mo fi ráǹpù ẹ̀ pé kí lọ fi lọ ta fi wá nǹkan tí àwọn ọmọ mi máa jẹ torí tí ìbá jáde níjọ́ kan àwọn ọmọ mi ò ní jẹun kò sẹ́ni kankan so láti ọdún kẹfà ni tí àwọn ti fi wọ́n lẹ̀ ọmọ ilé wà ní 2 years and a half ìyá wọn ti fi wọ́n lẹ̀ lọ ó ti pé 9 years báyìí ó dẹ̀ pé wá tí a bá ń dúró tí ọmọ yìí wá ṣàánú mi torí tí mo bá kú káwọn ọmọ mi mọ̀ dọ̀mọ̀ lọ́mọ sàárè dáàdì mi nì sàárè mọ́ mi oṣù mẹ́ta ló wà láàrin àwọn méjì mo ní bẹ́ẹ̀ wá bá ń dúró tí ọmọ mi kò sẹ́ni kankan àtìgbà náà mo ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kópa fún ara mi ní tí mo bá lọ́ta tí mo bá tọrọ lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn ní tó bá fún mi náà lèmi àtàwọn ọmọ mi fi ń jẹun kódà nígbà bá dé nígbà tí dáàdù àti mọ́mí wa kú tán débi tí mo wà yìí ní kí n kú bẹ́ẹ̀ àmọ́ nígbà tí ò síbi kankan tí mo fẹ́ kó lọ ló jẹ́ kí n tún wà bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n sì ní kí n kú nílé mo wá bẹ̀ gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà kó ṣàánú mi kó ṣíjú àánú wò mí táwọn ọmọ mi ò fi ní dọmọ lọ́mọ tí màá fi rá ọmọ mi tọ́jú kó ṣàánú mi mo mọ̀ nígbà tí mi lè lọ bí kankan mọ́ mo tún lẹ́yìn jẹnẹrétọ̀ mo tún ṣe jẹnẹrétọ̀ lórí ìjókòó pé nǹkan ti gbé fún mi lálákọ̀ọ́kọ́ gbélé ìtumọ̀ gbà mọ́ ọmọ olùfẹ́ mọ̀ tì mí káàkiri kò sí ọmọ kankan àtìgbà náà mo ti ń kópa fúnra mi láìsí ìyá láìsí bàbá láìsí ẹnì kankan so egungun ẹsẹ̀ mi mo ní mi sẹ́yìn kankan tó lè bá mi ṣe kò sórí ẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ kankan ó kàn jìnnà díẹ̀díẹ̀ skin díẹ̀díẹ̀ ló ń bò tí mo bá tú léṣe kò sí kankan tí bádéjì bá di àárọ̀ lákìn tó tú kù pẹ̀lú ìdè ni màá tú tí n bá ti wọlé.
hospital but ní time ti lọ jù láti pé.
No, breaking.
What's it doing? Ìgbà tí Adébílọ́sàn ní Salupon mo kí yín o ẹ kú ìtọ́jú àwọn ọmọ ẹ kú ìfọmọ ènìyàn ṣe Ọlọ́run Ẹlẹ́dàá á bá mi mójútó yín á mójútó àwọn ọmọ á ṣàánú yín. Mo mọ nǹkan tí mo lè sọ mi mọ bí n ṣe fẹ́ rọ̀ yín lọ́kàn mi mọ bí n ṣe fẹ́ sojú pé kí n sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wá pé urgent attention pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí èmi rí ń bí lénìí in fact tí ò bá ṣe pé ẹni a lè gbé wọn lọ sí hospital báyìí nípa àsìkò ti lọ ni mo fẹ́ ní ká máa gbé wọn lọ sí general hospital but ní time ti lọ jù láti pé àárọ̀ ọ̀la la máa lè ṣe yẹn so gbogbo arrangement tá a bá lè ṣe láàárọ̀ ọ̀la ẹ máa gbúrò látọ̀dọ̀ wa Mr. Yeah so a lè a lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìtọ́jú ìgbà tó máa ṣí ẹsẹ̀ ń bì báyìí lénìí mo ò rírun kan báyìí rí látijọ́ tó ti bí mi ìdí ń ṣẹ́yọ ń bẹ̀ ni tómi ń yọ nínú egungun and he is still sitting. I don't know what kind of threshold tí wọ́n ní fún pain wọ́n sì lè fi jókòó báyìí. So àwọn ọmọ yẹn náà wọn ò lọ síléèwé wọn ò rí kan ṣe kan àgídí ni wọ́n fi ń jẹun. Ọlọ́run á mójútó gbogbo wa àwa náà á mójútó yín Mr. Lukman Yorùbá Union ìgbìmọ̀ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ káàárọ̀ oòjíire àwọn ló rán mi sí yín àwọn ló ní kí n fún yín ní chair yìí àwọn náà ló máa bá wa ṣèyí tó kù àpapọ̀ àwọn ọmọ Nàìjíríà ní Nàìjíríà àti lókè òkun pátápátá ni a mójútó yín ìyà ò ní jẹ yín ohun tá a fi ń sọ nìyẹn pé tá a bá dá dúró ní ìdádúró wa á padà mọbi tá à ń lọ ètò ìwòsàn ọ̀fẹ́ tó dájú kò ń ṣàbújá láti máa lọ pè wọ́n kó wá ṣe é fún wa àwa ara wa ìjọba àwa ara wa àmọ́ tó yẹ ká pè constituency yín bì báyìí àmọ́ tó wà ń bẹ̀ àmọ́ra wa wọ́n á mọ̀ wá òun la ṣe ń sáré ẹ̀ káàkiri òjò tó kó wa papọ̀ ti dá kónílé wa máa lọ́lé ẹ̀ lára kónílé wa máa lọ́lé ẹ̀ kan la wà nú ẹ̀ yìí nítorí pé tónílé bá ti dúró nílé ẹ̀ ni a ti mọbi tá à ń lọ ìwòsàn ọ̀fẹ́ a ti dọ́dọ̀ wọn so àmọ́ báyìí máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìrìn láàárọ̀ ọ̀la kẹ́ múra sílẹ̀ àárọ̀ àwọn wá bàbá yẹn máa gbé yín lọ hospital before the end of the week ẹ máa rémi náà ń bí màá padà wá àmọ́ báyìí máa ṣe dẹ́nu àwọn ọmọ yìí jíjẹ mímu wọn àti lílu àti láti lọ sí iléèwé wọn ó ti di tiwa o Ọlọ́run ṣàánú wa dé ẹ ṣé Mr. Lukman Ọlọ́run á bá mi dúró tì yín á bá mi ṣàánú yín o àmì wòyí kò ní mì yí wó kò ní tì yín ṣubú lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ kúṣẹ́ ẹ kúṣẹ́.
Just like I said, all right, among others, or I mean, among other people that we have also kind of visited, his own case has become our priority. So as I'm talking to you right now, we already have responses that has crossed 1 million naira. So last night we saw responses from our people who put in nearly 300,000 naira into the Karo Jire's official bank account in Nigeria. And at my own end here, I already have over 800 pounds. In one of the money sent yesterday through the Cash app, so it got returned, so it failed. So if you are that sender, you probably had your money back, okay? The money you donated yesterday. But one thing I just love about us, you know, on this platform, and then the Yoruba Union that I am part of, is the fact that there are always people who are ready to help and support for a genuine reason. I have not even started asking for donation or anything, because our plan is that we need to at least have some medical clarity. Sure, you get what is wrong with him and how are we going to go about it? What is it going to cost? Sure, you get. So now, Mr. Lukman, that because of 350,000 naira they asked from him few years back to save his life, by amputating his second leg medically. Because he couldn't afford that 350,000 naira, he just left his leg to rot and rotting until the leg dropped off, until the whole thing dropped off by itself. Are you with me? So that Mr. Lukman, in our own care right now, would have access to whatever, any medical treatment money can buy, that can be assured. So on Monday, we'll take over that, like discussed. Well, away from the moody one, let me show you another thing. Where else we visited just this past week? Just a few of them. This.
Ṣé problem àti identify lọ títí fi pé o lè rìn several times ó ti lọ sí complex kò sí my sister kò sí ní mo lè pé enough financial problem ni tiẹ̀ yìí because fẹ́ ṣe gbogbo wọn tó wà lẹ́sẹ̀ yìí lọ́pọ̀ ní wọn fi dumping ground ni the federal government tó fún alẹ́ oúnjẹ wọn but how to take care wọn lọ́sọ̀ lọ́sì.
mo òun ò ṣe wọ́n dà pé ó ń jẹun rárá.
my sister fẹ́ràn mi láàárọ̀ yìí ẹjọ́ ẹ má bínú ọ̀nkú àǹtí mi ẹ má ní mo rán yín iṣẹ́ ẹ gba bíbà ẹ lọ wo oúnjẹ tán jẹ láàárọ̀ ẹ gba bíbà yìí lọ ẹ gba bẹ̀ yẹn oúnjẹ àárọ̀ wọn òun náà ṣe yẹ mọ́ẹ́mọ́ẹ́ àti ògì ni náà máa mú láàárọ̀ ọ̀sán ráì àbí fẹ́ràn mi ó kúkú lè sọ̀rọ̀ bóò ni mo ṣe ń fún yín lóúnjẹ ẹ̀ẹ̀mẹ́ta ojúmọ́ wọn ó pé bẹ́ẹ̀ tó yí yín tó ń ba jà nínú òun ló ń àfẹ́ tiẹ̀.
wọ́n ṣe gbé lọ sí hospital.
mo fẹ́ pé mímí ẹ̀gbẹ́ fẹ́ lè gbẹ́sẹ̀ sí tẹ̀ pé mo yìí láìsí kéèyàn máa ṣe nǹkan kó máa dàbí pé èèyàn ń fún rẹ̀ ní gbódúdú ṣán tẹ̀ pé tẹ́ bá gbọ́ voice mọ́mí ẹ̀ òun gan á tún put more light on it àbí tí mo sọ yé yín kó má dàbí pé kó má dàbí pé mo mú lérèfé wúyá mo àwọn gọ́ngọ́ngọ́ngọ́. sọ̀rọ̀ kan ni mo fẹ́ bi yín léèrè ọ̀rọ̀ kan ṣé ń gbọ́ àwọn aláàánú olóríire kan wà ní skul mi báyìí aláàánú olóríire kan wà ní skul mi báyìí so wọ́n wá rí fẹ́ràn mi ṣé ń gbọ́ wọ́n wá rí fẹ́ràn mi bó ṣe rí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tó ń ṣe gangan.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ mà.
Ẹ máa gbọ́ nǹkan tó fẹ́ bá yín sọ.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ mà.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ mà.
Ṣé ti gbé lọ sí hospital tẹ́lẹ̀ kí ló ń ṣe náà?
Wọ́n láwọn oníkàkà tó ń pé.
Wọ́n láwọn ò rí nǹkan kan tó ń ṣe àwọn tẹ́sítì wo ló ti ṣe fún.
Hospital Èkó ni wọ́n gbé lọ ní general hospital yìí. Wọ́n wà pé wọ́n wá síkẹ̀. Wọ́n fi àyẹ̀wò lóríṣiríṣi fún nígbà yẹn. Àjẹ̀tọ̀ àwọn nǹkan ìbílẹ̀ náà lọ́pẹ́ nípa máa ṣe léṣiṣẹ́ ìgbẹ́ náà fún ṣe fún. Ṣé ó máa dìde láti ní ọwọ́ ọlọ́run nìkan ló kù táwa ti dé lọ́wọ́ fún.
Ṣé ó rìn tẹ́lẹ̀? Ṣé ó rìn tẹ́lẹ̀?
Wọ́n rìn tẹ́lẹ̀.
Wọ́n ní ṣó ti rìn tẹ́lẹ̀ rí? Ó ti rìn rí ní kékeré. Torí nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ báyìí tí wọ́n ṣe ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wípé ṣe rí bó ṣe ẹ̀yin náà mọ̀ bó ṣe rí àbí òye yín sì yín ṣe à ń pé àwọn kòkòrò kan wà ṣe à ń pé àwọn kòkòrò kan wà lára rẹ̀ ṣe bí iná ọ̀run tó wà lára rẹ̀ kòkòrò wà lára rẹ̀ ṣe àmọ̀ pé ó ti lọ tẹ́lẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ tí kòkòrò yẹn tó wá sọ báyìí láàárọ̀ yìí ó tún wá sọ níjẹta àbí òye yín sì yín so òun náà ṣe ń béèrè pé kí ni kókó ọ̀kan tó ń ṣe gan bóyá kòkòrò yẹn ló ń dà á láàmú nínú ẹ̀. ṣé yẹ ṣẹ́ẹ̀dí mi ì lè parọ́ fún yín ṣẹ́ẹ̀dí bá níjọ́ tá a bá ti wọlé tá a bá ti mú un wá ẹni mọ́ṣẹ́ méjì ẹni ọ̀kan àpọ̀lọpọ̀ wọn àbí òye yín sí ẹni rí dèdè ẹni tí ò dẹ̀ rí mo ṣáà ń tẹ́kì àwọn bó ṣe yẹ kẹ́mi tẹ́kì àwọn gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ mi so tó bá di midterm tẹ bá ní kán wá nǹkan lè lóhun ò ráyè òun lọ sígbà wọn mostly almost 40% wọn ló máa ń yọjú 6 ọdún ọ̀sẹ̀ irú next week báyìí ẹ̀pá máa ti ń ṣe exam báyìí irú next week báyìí 28 ní west ìjọ mẹ́jọ ní báyìí la máa parí exam as from Thursday.
Among others. The last time kan bí náà kò dúpẹ́ fún wa.
Ní orúkọ ọ̀gá iléèwé Mrs. Kọ́mọláfẹ́ AO mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Yorùbá Nation Yorùbá Union lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ̀ ní dààmú gbogbo nǹkan yín tó ń mí àti tí ò mí èṣù ò ní fọwọ́ ìbànújẹ́ kan ibi tẹ́ ẹ ti mówó tẹ́ ẹ fi ṣe àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ láàánú èṣù ò ní fọwọ́ ìbànújẹ́ kan o ẹ máa lọ re ẹ ó máa bọ̀ re lágbára Ọlọ́run nínú ò ní tán lọ́wọ́ yín o àwọn ọmọ yín wọn ò ní dàdàkudà lórúkọ Jésù gbogbo ìlọsíwájú yín lórúkọ Jésù ìgbéga lọ́lọ́run á máa bá mi ṣe fún yín ẹ ní dààmú lágbára Ọlọ́run ẹ̀yin ọmọ Esther ó yá bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn.
Ẹ ṣe máa ó Esther Ọlọ́run á máa gbé yín sókè o Ọlọ́run á máa gbé yín ga o ìbùkún látòkè wọn Ọlọ́run á máa pèsè fún yín o. Ẹ ṣe máa ó.
Samson ẹjọ bá mi tún Samson mọ̀ ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ o ọkàn yín á balẹ̀ nínú Kristi Samson ó yá bá ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn.
Orúkọ Jésù.
Àmín.
Orúkọ Jésù.
Àmín.
Bàbá mi àtọ́lá wọn, àwọn dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀. Ayọ̀ lógo Olúwa gbọ́ pẹ́ wa. Olúwa gbẹ̀rẹ̀ ọ̀dẹ́dẹ́ mọ́mẹ́rin yóò ń dáhùn. Olúwa gbọ́ pẹ́ wa. Olúwa. Nunga, torí ẹni tó ń kú, ẹni yàwó, ẹni tó dá láàánú tó wà nìkan, nítorí wà wá.
Àmín orúkọ Jésù. Praise the Lord. Fẹ́ràn mi, ó yá wá dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn.
Ẹ ṣé máa
Ọlọ́run á bùkún yín o.
Àmín.
Ọlọ́run máa dáríjì yín o.
Àmín.
Ẹ ṣé gbogbo nǹkan fún wa yẹ ẹ ṣé o. Ẹ máa rí mi rà o.
Àmín.
Ọlọ́run máa gbèsè yẹn fún yín o.
Àmín.
Lọ́kọ̀ Jésù sórí àwọn.
Thank you. We have others too. I'm going to share some of them still with you later, okay? But that's another touchy one. I know a lot of you have questions, and probably in your comments, I can tell, people who are asking that if how can they support and the rest, okay? You can support Yoruba Union, right? By using that our Nigerian account, as well as any of those linked there. Whatever you give will be delivered. Prayer docent, I got your message, ma. It's actually part of what we can count on right now as, some handheld cash that we are actually using for Mr. Lukman himself from Monday. I'll keep you all posted and updated. I just got another one from, from a donor called Olumide Akinwumi. I got yours. Thank you. And the fact that I just mentioned a donor who sent this even before we start fundraising. So I'm going to just mention others too. Yeah. Prayer docent. I got yours. And then I got from Oluyori Clifford. I got yours too. Then before that, I got one from, okay, that was for me. Thank you, prayer docent. So prayer docent gave me money, and that's me just seeing it anyway. So yeah, then before yours, we got about 600 pounds, which was from one single individual giving over 500, another individual giving over 100, nearly 200 pounds. So yeah, I will put all this together and then let you know. For now, I think we have enough to start any medical treatment for Mr. Lukman. And yes, if you have to support us, use any of those links. Another observation is that why is it that whenever Maiyegun is showing up about the Yoruba Union stuff, that everybody will just begin to leave from over 3,000 down to 2,000 plus, Abi? No, that is normal. All right. Number one thing is that the language. A lot of the people who watches Maiyegun, they don't speak Yoruba. So sometimes, right, at that point, when they can't understand what people are saying, yeah, they tend to just exit. But I get what you mean. If you are Maiyegun's friend or supporter, you should be my supporter to the end, shouldn't you? And thanks to all of you who stayed back. So I'm going to open the line now, and we can start our chats. I don't want to take that from you, okay? So, but again, if you want to support us, whatever is coming on, you will be updated at a certain time when we begin to act. So we are having our leadership meeting tomorrow. All the union leaders, get ready. We have our meeting tomorrow where some of these decisions are going to be taken. Maiyegun is just, I'm just here as a convener. So thank you. Now I'm going to go make myself another cup of tea, okay? So when I get back, now you can call in, we can take calls, have a chat, remember where we started from, right? Kolu, and then Wike and the rest of them, the judiciary, the pressure, and every other thing, right? If you haven't really liked this broadcast, maybe you should. Now, I'll be back. I have a caller. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun. How are you doing today?
How are you?
I am doing fantastic. It's fine from San Diego, California.
Great.
Yeah, Maiyegun, I don't know if I sent you a token in your Cash App. I don't know if you've seen it.
The what? Sorry?
I sent you a support token on your Cash App.
Okay, Cash App. I'm going to check.
Yeah.
I haven't yet, but of course I'm going to see it. I know. 1 second.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Please.
What I want to say is we appreciate you and we love you, and we can support anything. Anytime you need our support, we got your back, man.
Thank you so much. It's yet to get in. I'm waiting and expectful, right? Thank you so much for that. You want to add anything to what we discussed tonight, or you've been kind of drawn into our what do you call it? It's like putting this at the end of the program, sort of just suck every other feeling you had before the Yoruba Union program there, right? Like everybody just
no. I have one or two things to chip in.
Would you mind? Go on.
Nothing makes sense in Nigeria anymore. It's just like a heap of rubbish that we are now tolerating. We are all just taking it in. It's a blow after blow. Just like when somebody slap you on the right, you didn't do nothing. They come back and slap you on the left, you didn't do nothing. The next time they come in, they might come with a knife or something to take a pound of flesh.
That's right.
So we are not reacting. If you look at the accountant general, he's walking away with 90 billion he stole, and it's not even no accountability. You understand? So Wike them can do all the stuff that they're doing. There's nobody to account for. You know, Nigerians, they treat us like as if we're not even citizens, like we're animals.
We're like subhuman, like we are not even human.
Yeah, they don't care what they do to us, and it doesn't even make sense. Look at if you look at the NMPC that's supposed to have a monopoly. No, there's no country in this world that they're gonna bring in toxic fuel, and Nigerians gonna use it and damage their cars, and nobody gonna say anything about it. No accountability. I mean, they're stealing our fuel and everything. I don't know if it's Yashupudi that's in the border, you know, watching all the stuff. We've given them our rights. We gave them our rights. They're supposed to protect us. You understand? But they're not doing it. It's just like anything goes. You know, it comes to a part now that tribes anymore. It's not about religion anymore.
No.
I mean, that's the only thing they use in trying to divide us. If we all can come together, then that is our strength. Remove all, because these politicians don't have no tribe.
They don't.
They don't have no religion.
No.
They just slap us, beat us up anyhow they want. And they're trying to point us towards the religion and tribe division. And so I don't know the kind of DNA that Nigerians have, that we're going to accept that as a norm. That is, I cannot even comprehend that. It doesn't even make no sense to me. We've seen that they pushed us. Look at we are the poverty capital of the world. Who brought this man that pushed us to the poverty capital of the world? The same man that is in power now.
Yes, sir.
He took the money that he stole from Lagos. They're talking about how he built Lagos. This man gave away Lagos Seaport to the Chinese, leased it out to the Chinese, cashed out. He sold almost all the Lagos properties. Even the one he's living right now, the Burillion, is Lagos property. He taxed the living daylight out of Lagosians.
And he gave nothing back. But they want people to praise him and say, oh, he did well. See how much money Lagos is making. Where is any infrastructure to consummate that and say, okay, this
he sold all the Lagos properties. Leased the Lagos Seaport out to the Chinese. And you say he built it? You see what Nigeria is going to face now? This man, I don't know who he is, because nobody can tell where his parents' graveyard is located. I don't know who he is. I'm not going to say, people might say, oh, he's being tribalistic or something, but I'm not really, really very, very 100% sure that this guy is actually what he say he is. Because when they were doing his documentary, you can hear Donald Duke saying they used Donald Duke boyhood picture for that. because nobody know his primary school mates. Nobody know nothing. Nobody know his parents' graveyard. Nobody know anything about this dude. And he will tax the living daylight out of Nigerians. He will suck us dry. I don't know where these people come from, but I don't know how they mimic their ways with our dirty politicians and buy their way, and get into power. I mean, look at the skyrocketing of school fees now.
I know.
I mean, these people can't even buy gas. They can't feed themselves. Look at the minimum wage. Do you know that in Texas, with the subsidy in Texas, because Texas produces oil, Texas buy the liter of oil is cheaper in Texas than in Nigeria. Look at the minimum wage in Texas. You're talking about subsidy. I think what's his name? He goes to France. They subsidize education there. Even if you visit France now as a foreigner, you enjoy that subsidy. The government subsidizes things that they have, things that are common that they can help the population with. Food. In America here, they subsidize food, gas, stuff, things like that to help. What are we benefiting as Nigerians? What are the subsidies that we're benefiting? Is it education? Is it health?
They are taking that away.
They're taking everything away. So what is the need of the government then? You don't even have security.
Just to take taxes. What do they use the taxes for? To feed themselves, right?
They're buying themselves bulletproof cars and stuff like that so that we can harm them.
And then you see the citizens. They are saying, they are telling you that education is not cheap. How much are you paying to go to America to go and study? How many people will come from those communities
we have what they call
Maiyegun?
We have what we call FAFSA. Anybody that said that, we have a federal program called FAFSA. Once you register for FAFSA, the government will give you money to go to school for free. You're not going to pay back.
No.
It's a grant that the government gives him. Ask anybody in America. It's called FAFSA. 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 You enroll in it, the government will give you money to go to school for free. Even buy your books.
Yes.
We're not benefiting anything from these people. They're about, you see, the tariff of even the power supply that we don't have, the tariff will go up. The same thing he did to leadership, this guy will tax the living hell out of Nigerians. This is just the beginning.
And there is no plan in giving anything back. That's my own disappointment, right? That is my own shocker, right? To say there is no plan in giving anything back. People will keep waiting, hoping that maybe when it will come, nothing is coming back.
Maiyegun, just like you trying to go do surgery, right? And the surgeon just cut you open without giving you anesthesia.
Yeah.
That's just what he did. He just cut Nigeria wide open. He didn't even give us, in America
here, they're going or something to just at least manage the pain.
Yeah. Economic relief. If they want to do anything that they know is going to affect their citizens, they give you months away. Economic relief, something like that. So that when you now get to that place, now everything will settle down. You're not suffering that shock absorber. They give you a shock absorber first. But this one, they just got you open in the surgery room without giving you no anesthetic. It's ridiculous.
Anyway,
all right, Maiyegun, I just want to thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Thank you too, bro. Thank you so much for stopping by. And thanks for that, gift. I'm still waiting, by the way. However, here, hello. Hello there.
Baba, first time caller.
Oh yeah, pariwo.
We are calling from Nigeria. I've been watching your program, my brother. You are giving us joy. Even when we are not seeing joy in Nigeria, you are giving us joy, Baba.
They say make you just get data. All you need to have in Nigeria is data. If you don't get that, man, the problem is how are you?
If Tinubu want to kill us, this is Shege Baza promise. So.
That's late. Anyway, can you hear me, ma?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Right, so I'm just telling you that NDO, because what can one say to you right now? A lot of people are waiting that maybe if you change, it go change. But Now you did
Baba, you don't go change, yo.
See, ma, have you ever witnessed anything that gone up in Nigeria and they come down again?
It can never come down. Oh.
Ever.
Baba, do you know how much you are buying 1 tuber of yam? Can you guess? 3,025.
How much?
1K. 25, 3,000, 1 tuber.
Really?
Yes.
And when you say 1 tuber, how many people will hit that 2,500 tuber? How many people? Like,
see,
roughly.
Baba, when you want to cook that yam, if you are a family of 4 and you have kids, you can manage 1 tuber. But when you have grown-up adults, you'll be living like 2.5 tubers of yam
to feed.
Can you imagine?
So
yes.
That means some people will have to, people also that are beginning to like ration what they eat now. They say, you know what, we know they eat yam for now, except
exactly. I don't even buy yam like before. Before I would go to the market and buy 10 tubers. Now I will just look at the yam and move away.
Sure you get. I say, you know what? No, I don't really like yam. But maybe end of the month.
Let us substitute.
You know?
Baba, now what they stop now? Even people are trekking.
Honestly.
God, Tulumbu no try at all. Tulumbu no try. And I did not vote for this guy. I did not. See, imagine.
See the effort where you put. Thinking, say,
can you imagine?
Your one single vote will stop him. But here you are about to get stuck with him. And you're like, I didn't even choose him. See how disappointing and heartbreaking that would be.
In fact, they have really sold out Nigeria in all sincerity. Look at the money that is being borrowed from World Bank. Look at his breakdown. Look at his breakdown. It's giving judges 35 billion naira. It's giving House of Assembly 70 billion. And it's not giving the masses how much? 80,000 naira. Even my child, I have 3 kids. My child in a week spends more than 8,000 naira.
See, one child though.
By the time I'm telling you,
I actually feel for all of you who have children in Nigeria right now, whose children, right, are still young. You know what I feel for you is this: you are the MVP that people don't talk about. You are the people who are going to make some adjustment that you don't want to make it too obvious. You know what I mean? Like, this is the economic adjustment that is shocking, surprise, like unexpected, kind of, right? Then you have your family around that you have to like fit into it. And yet, you are not every day on the street screaming that, we go destroy everything. Oh, you are the MVP.
I'm telling you, Mandy. Maiyegun, it's difficult. Hey. Before, I thought we are on a average. But when the subsidy hits us, I am telling you, I have not driven for like how many days now, because before you go out, before you even buy fuel, imagine the fuel I used to buy 2,000 naira, and that was about 10 liters. Now you cannot buy that 10 liters because 10 liters as at now is around 6,000 plus.
6,012. I'm sorry, 6,170.
Or 6,200 thereabouts, just to have 10 liters. Now, how many distance will it cover? So even if I want to go out, I kind of just cut it, and end up saying, you know what, I'm not even going out.
What about small businesses?
I'm not going out.
That are losing patronage,
Maiyegun, I am into logistics.
Are you?
I am into logistics. We are feeling the heat. People that order products and expect them to be delivered to them have stopped ordering. Because when you tell them delivery fee is high because of petroleum, they'll say, you know what?
Don't worry.
The delivery fee is almost equivalent to the product they are buying. So what the heck? They will not buy. And we are graduates. We are trying to survive. You can imagine graduate that does not have employment. I graduated 2014. I've been doing my personal business because there is no job. And here is this government that is choking life out of us. Even with our family, we cannot send our children to government school because there is nothing to be learned there. Nothing. The education standard is very poor. Why will people not run away from Nigeria? Tell me, why? What we just asked you people is the basic.
Yeah, you know what somebody told me? They said they were looking at wedding picture, wedding video, yeah, which was just about maybe 5 years ago. And they discovered that more than 70% of their friends who were in that wedding, they are no longer in Nigeria. They are gone. Because of the situation that people have found themselves.
I'm telling you, I am telling you.
I'm not an economist, yeah. But from where I live, which I have seen government, I have seen them do it. The real people that are running Nigeria economy today are the people who are running micro and macro economy. I mean, micro and businesses. Here you get people like yourself.
Yes.
You are the people who actually do every day-to-day businesses. They are not big.
Yes.
They are not too small.
Yes.
But from what you are doing, that is what the economy of Nigeria is actually running on. That if you want to save a country from going under, and you manage to lay your hands on some money, you don't give that money to politicians. You give them to these businesses. You are those who employ most people, but they don't give you the credit. You have
don't.
You have driver. You have
they don't. Yes.
One, you have that one.
Yeah.
Some of you have about 3, 4, 5 people working for you, collecting salary from you.
Yes.
And that's not business.
Yes.
But all of these things, they are choking you and sending you out.
In fact, is it their talks that disturbs our rider on the road? Multiple taxation? Is that what we want to talk about? As in, Nigeria is just so lawless. It's so lawless that you will try everything hard and you will be making peanut out of your hard work. I hope these leaders will wake up one day and realize that there will be no Nigerian again with the way they are doing. There will be no Nigeria. Because everybody is just trying to hold on to something. Are you saying if I see a means to leave Nigeria, I will not leave? I will leave because I'm trying to work hard.
I mean, you go at it and then you know what I mean.
I'm trying to work hard, and these people are just choking us. At some point, we just say, you know what? We are just tired.
It's not worth it.
We are tired of everything. Now, look at the riders we employ. How much do we give them? We pay them 60,000 naira, 50,000 naira. Now, those riders are saying, Madam, you know what? You know there is a subsidy now. We cannot collect this money again. You have to increase our salary.
So
how do we survive?
Need to increase your charges too to your customers, and the customers too. They will say, you know what? Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm not buying.
Do you understand, Maiyegun? Do you understand? Life is, see, I just want to use this means. I don't know whoever that is up there. If Tinubu really, because right now the power is in his hand, whether we like it or not. I know I did not vote for him. I know some people who voted for him that are regretting now. Now they just started their shaking. They've not seen anything yet. But we are still holding on to, because we don't have means, we don't have power. If this man really want to help us, let him reduce food. Let us buy food at let food not be expensive. It should not be costlier. That is number one. Food. Everybody is a basic thing. Everybody needs food. Number one is food. Whether you go and give farmer money for them to be selling their product at a lesser price, fine. Everybody will be happy about that. Number two, create available buses, free buses. Even if their train is well working, maybe they have BRT. Let them tell us that all their BRT don't pay money. As long as you are a citizen, just be entering that BRT for free. You will see people will not complain. Is the BRT, does it not belong to government?
At least it's your tax money as well. But unfortunately, sorry, it's like BRT is you know one thing about BRT, man. They use Lagos money, right? They use Lagos name to borrow money to start BRT. They now give that money to a private company from these guys who are families of people, right? So those one now set up a company, call it Primario. So you Lagosians, you are paying back the 50 billion naira loan. But the owners of the Primario, they are cashing out on the profits. That's the story of BRT.
Can you imagine, Maiyegun?
You may never get it for free. You may never.
Can you imagine? Even the train that is working at Tebute Meta, maybe is for them. And all this, there are some people they come from Ota.
Up on it.
Now it should be free. So this they know the right thing to do, but they are not doing it. They are not doing it. Tinubu, he has, even if he does not have sense, the people among his caucus, they should borrow him some sense.
Now they hear him now.
And they should borrow him some sense. You understand? It's not. We don't even need the 8,000 naira palliative, because it will not even get to the people that want it. And the 8,000 naira is very insulting. You can imagine a grown up 8,000. Please let us do calculation. 8,000 divided by 30. 1 day is how much, Maiyegun, please?
Well,
is it up to 100 naira?
You see me, I like doing it this way. The way I do my own math. First, you would divide 8,000 into 4, which make it 2,000 per week. So how many days do you have in a week? 7. Okay. So then you can say 8,000 naira will bring it down to somewhere around the 270 naira, 300 naira a day. Now, if
can you imagine?
4 kids, household of
no, it's not even 4 kids. Let us start from a child.
Okay,
a child. When a child wants to eat food, 200 naira food for in the morning. 200 naira is not even enough to take a meal. I'm not talking about a whole day. We have morning, afternoon, and evening. Now you want to do ratio breakfast. 2 to 3. Now you just do breakfast. You will skip lunch and do dinner. Maiyegun, 200 naira is not enough. Do you know there is no 100 naira rice? If you want to go and buy food outside, I mean, all those committee advisors in Tinubu's cabinet, did they even talk to that man before him coming outside to come and say 8,000 naira? That man has he even spent 8,000 naira to even eat a meal before? That our president that is talking. All their meals, is it not thousands, millions?
Millions, so I'm gonna tell you the budget of Aso Rock, man. Kopao is not too much, but the last time when Buhari was there, the budget for food alone, just food inside the Aso Rock, na 3 billion. Because they go buy kitchen.
Can you imagine?
It's like buying a whole kitchen to cook for him. And they do that every
Can you imagine? See, Maiyegun, these people, it's not even, we don't even know what to say. Whether it is debt, we cannot even pay for Asarailu, because Asarailu is not even this thing. Now we look forward to Tribunal.
Because you know what I mean? What happened right now is that you are in Iran, 14 Shirano. Now, if Asarailu should step in, as Afghanistan, that may be a different story.
Maiyegun, please, just continue doing what you are doing, because even out of this suffering, you are giving us joy. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
I wish I have this miracle whereby I can just pass something through to you through here, and you receive it and say, "Oh my God, this is better." Well, I don't have the magic one. Stay safe.
Don't worry, Maiyegun. God will remember us. We too will jackpot. Bye.
You see, you know what I smell, You're already doing it. And you know what I'm going to say, I do it my my bossy. You will be jackpot and you will be able to care for those children as you wish.
Amen.
Yeah, I pray for you, Oma.
Thank you.
You know, when she kept talking about, hey, why won't person jackpot? People like that, they are already in the process. Now, people like that are supposed to get that visa, that jackpot. Go away. Save your children. Save your investment. Whatever is left of it, save them if it's an option for you. But Baba, jackpot is not for the poor. Hello there.
The general.
Yes, sir.
The general. Good evening.
How are you, sir?
I greet you.
Same here. How you they go? This one, let's see. It's Osagede.
No. This is Israel.
You are sounding like Osagede. That man, he has his own, Anyway, Israel, how you doing, sir?
Yeah. Well, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm grateful. No problem. Thanks so much for your effort. I saw the charitable work you're pioneering. And the question you keep asking, that state, I'm sure they have Ministry of Social Welfare and Development. Wow. And look at the state children are left, are abandoned. And it tells us a story that where there is no government, where there is no vision, where there is no focus, is what turns out. The situation we are in today, if you don't have a policy direction, if you don't have a direction, what do you expect? When there is no direction, what do you expect? I tell you, we're in the UK, and the inflation coming down is not magic.
So you see that one, Baba. You are in the UK, Israel, right? And you know that what we have been hearing for the past 3 months right now is everything coming down. Even my electricity bill dropped from over 250 pounds a month to just a paltry 150 right now. And it seems that it's still going down. Winter is coming, But in Nigeria, once it go up, now there people go meet them. They come down, come meet them.
It doesn't come down.
It doesn't.
Because the for instance, here, there's a thought. People examine the situation and know that it can be solved. And one of the steps, if I'm sure, was that I didn't hear it so well when the Chancellor was talking, that they have to liaise with suppliers, the producers of these goods, incentives and everything to bring the cost of living down. And that tells you that there is the leaders, the people there have a thought. They think through. There's a direction. There's a focus. People set targets. But in Nigeria, where are we? Where are we today? You call and the cost of food that is basic, that should be basic. Cost of if someone is telling you that 1 yam is 3,000, it's true. So for a family, how do they survive? And look at the lady that called that is driving economy is not rocket science. You have to give an enabling environment for the private sector. Is the people that drives employment, not government.
Not government.
I always say it. I said it that day, for instance, in advanced world, for instance, the day somebody contesting for the president of US come and tell you he will build roads during campaign, it means the person is fumbling. Because
I'll build road, I'll build hospital in America. No,
you can't even say
their welfare. Your policies must be things that don't destroy people's businesses, don't take people's jobs, don't take away their rights. All things you have to talk about has to do with them, people, everyday people.
The welfare of the people, moving people from the middle class to the upper class. Driving, supporting the private sector to drive jobs. And you're talking of today, every day is infrastructure. What? It baffles me.
Yeah, because that's somebody president of 200 million people.
And I continue saying that anything that doesn't have to do with the welfare of the people has nothing to do with. It's a scam. Look, people are suffering, people are dying. You can imagine people that cannot access healthcare today because of the cost of healthcare. And government is telling you, I weep. So many people will drop out from school. So many people are going to lose their jobs.
Going to drop out of school soon.
So many people will lose their jobs, and the government is not bothered.
Let me show you something. Shabi, yesterday we were talking about school fees and all that. Do you know that it is actually not school fees they increased? It just increased the charges they take from all of these people in uni. Like they say, school fee is nil, free. From 24,000 to 190,000 naira school fees. So they said there's no school fees in it. It's just orders. I'll show you on the screen. You see that on the screen. This is the breakdown of Unilag new school tuition. Okay, according to them. If you take a look at the first thing, the number one, tuition. This is what it says, nil. Right? So these are if you are science student or medical students in Unilag, you pay 190,000. There's no school fees there. You know what they say? They say they are still kind of keeping that from them for now. You know what I mean? Like this announcement of 190,000, 140,000, 100,000. They are just like a normal announcement to say everything don't increase. Or the school fees, we have not included that, and they will soon include that. So they are telling themselves that school fees can go as high as 500,000 naira in unity schools in Nigeria because they've taken away the subsidy from it.
So for a family that have four people in the university, it's just talking of school fees. They can't cope. You haven't talked of the discourse. The discourse are saying that they have to increase the tariff. Then, so what you then ask, where there is no vision, where there is no purpose, where there is no focus, how can we continue this way? Nigeria this is a 60-year-old man, still dangling. Today we talk of, we go forward one step and go back 300 steps backward. I weep. I weep honestly because it breaks my heart.
At that point, that is when people will be like, you know what? Only God could just help Nigeria. That's when people have nothing else to say. They will be like, Omo, I don't think this whole thing just so tiring, right?
Yeah.
And like, you know.
And the government is not asking questions that even look at countries of yesterday are giving us visa ban.
Yeah.
The government is not bothered. People, the report I was reading the other day said people are selling their things that people are living.
Just to feed. Now people are selling their stuff to feed right now.
To feed.
Whatever they can until they will have nothing to sell anymore.
Yeah, because it's painful when as a graduate you know the potentials in you and there is no enabling environment for you to thrive. What do you do?
It's even worse right now. Somebody mentioned Japa just now, right? That Japa right now is becoming something that millions of them can only dream it, because if you don't have money, you can't Japa right now.
You can't.
So you go and bring 15 million, go and bring 10 million. Your ticket is going to cost you 1 million, 2 million, 3 million to fly from Nigeria to, you know what I mean? These are the money that we are calling that are in far completely out of reach of the poor people.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean now? Like we have 140 million living in abject poverty right now. 140 over. So everything is completely out of the reach. Opportunity is out of the reach. And now food is out of reach. Almost everything is out of reach.
Yeah.
So I don't know what will frustrate and push people to say, you know what, enough. And that's the one that we are just not sure. We are not sure.
I always say it, where you have government that doesn't even feel the pulse of the people. and I continue saying it. Any government that their priority is not the welfare of the people has no business in governance.
They have no business in government.
They have no business in governance. People cost of wealth, and nobody could even tell anybody. So, can you draw the horse before the cart? The refineries, billions of pounds has been spent, and none of the refineries is working up to today. And then
about what is working and not working. Do you remember when I don't know if you do, right? But do you remember that there are about 8 things that Buhari commissioned, and they were supposed to be, if they were working today, there could be a different feelings towards the APC. Number 1, this Blu-ray that I showed earlier, right, is not working right now, despite all the fanfare. If it's working, it could be helping people right now, at least reducing this old thing, okay? The second one is Dangote Refinery. When this increase was coming, they denied it. They told people that Dangote Refinery is going to cover for any shortcomings and the rest. They even said that there will be no scarcity because they have the supply that will last Nigeria till end of the year. So, which means that fuel is already in Nigeria, even though they were lying. All right? So if you say you have fuel that will serve the country to the end of the year, that means you have already imported it. It shouldn't be any new price at all. Yeah? However, Dangote Refinery is not going to start maybe until 2025. Now, another fraud, Second Niger Bridge. Remember when they took the picture of Second Niger Bridge and they went there to commission it? I was here. I said it's fraud. There are still hundreds, there's still tens of kilometers that are supposed to have been tarred, which are part of that contract of that bridge. It's not just bridge. They have to build new road that will be straight into, Paso Nature, go straight into Owerri and all those places. That's how much the contract was. They didn't do that. Okay? So I said it was fraud. Today, they are now telling us that people are stealing the railings on the new Niger Bridge, Second Niger Bridge. They have abandoned it. Right?
Oh, my goodness.
Now, another one is the new Naira notes. See what that did to Nigeria, the economy. See all the noise. See lives that got ruined. Businesses that got destroyed. A lot of people have not recovered from it. Today, where is the new Naira notes? Here is another one. Nigeria Air. Well, you know about that anyway. They commissioned that, right? They commissioned the pyramid rice in Abuja. Where is that rice today? Where are they, processing the rice? The pyramid they showed in Abuja. What is the effect of that rice right now in the food crisis in Nigeria? Sure, you get Bokwari commissioned that, remember? And the final one is that of the Siemens electricity, remember? They said Abba Kyari died because he contracted the coronavirus visiting Germany. to do a meeting with Siemens to help Nigeria electricity. How far with that now? There's so many things that we kind of should be telling people that when they tell you something and I tell you don't believe them, I am actually trying to save a lot of people from the agony or the pain of expecting from liars. Maybe today, Israel.
Sir.
Thank you so much, by the way.
Thank you, my brother.
I'm going to take another one there. Thanks.
No problem. I appreciate
it. Safe. Okay, nice one.
The light shining.
Oh, did I just lose that too? Okay. Now, thank you very much, everyone. They are just lies. And if you pay attention to all of this, you realize that it's almost the same book. But people suffer from Stockholm syndrome. They forget all these things. And when they say this thing, when they say them, they sound like they are new. I hear that. Okay, you are going to end up in the same place. Because yeah, they will defraud you, they will scam you. You're going to regret it after. Hello there.
Hello there. Maiyegun. Oh, I'm so lucky today.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you too?
I am very well. Thanks.
How's everyone? Beautiful. Yeah, that's good. Thank you so much. Well done.
Thanks,
continue with a good job anyway. You know what is happening now?
Tell us.
People from our Nigerians, they now go to Cotonou to come to London.
Can you believe that?
Go and check it. I check it by myself. Yeah. So from Cotonou, you can easily get 500, 550 pounds ticket from Cotonou. Well, in Nigeria, yeah, you can't get 1 million.
Wow.
You understand?
The last one I checked, it was about 1,800 pounds. I didn't believe it, so I just ignored it. Like, it's not real. This is unreal. No.
It's real. Check it. Check all the airlines. That is what people are doing now. Like, it's better. Let's go to Cotonou. From Cotonou, then we get.
Wow.
Imagine. See what a shame. Wow. What a country. And also, all these people that are saying they are disappointed. Yeah, what is
this is not what they voted for. They regret.
Please do. Did Kolu promise them anything?
He didn't promise them anything.
He didn't promise them anything. The only thing is, Amadibo, Amawole.
Exactly.
So Wasiu's at the back. Wasiu will start
and now to fill in the gap and entertain, and they were all dancing.
Exactly. Dancing. Sort of. So that is what he did. So why are they mourning? Why are they dancing? What are they willing about?
I don't believe them.
I don't believe them neither. Because tomorrow now, if they said, they want to do the election again, they still do the same thing. They are so stupid. They are so dumb. They will do it even worse.
See, before now, they were saying that if they do another election, Obi will not score 2 million. This time around, a lot of people who voted Obi, they are regretting because Obi is bigot. I was like, so that is if you are given another opportunity, you will still do it again.
Yes, so they will do it more. What they're just animals. They are so used to that the hardship, right? And the way they are trying to, even now that there's so much hardship, they are trying to like walk around. They believe yes, anything that comes, they're up to the task. They're going to just know the way around it. All sort of. That's what they're doing. That they have thick skin. I said, continue.
That they can endure anything.
Continue, they can endure anything. Yeah, and people are dying. And the most painful part of this thing is all these so-called elites. Maiyegun, if you hear them speaking, talking, sometimes I'll be like, oh my God.
They don't care about them. I've heard them talk, man. And I can tell you this. Imagine somebody who is a governor of a state, right? With his friends and in London, and they're having a chat, right? And they are talking about like this Niger is tough and something like that, Sha. And he was now talking about, man, don't mind those people, Jerry. They want, they complain a lot. That's why I always get away from them.
They don't care for them. They're so selfish.
Ungrateful people. And now that's why I said ungrateful people.
Imagine, they're so selfish.
They want me to split my wrist for them. As if to say, I don't have my own family. Governor state, I'll keep the name for now.
Imagine. You didn't know that Dakpo, the one that is now a senator, or what is it, y'all?
Which one? That one is governor now.
Yes.
Amosu is the senator.
No, which one is the senator that said he doesn't want the salary, Benga Daniel, that he doesn't want the retirement salary they are paying.
Pension.
I was like, imagine, and he's now saying it's like he's doing them a favor.
He's doing us a favor.
Imagine. Yeah.
He rejected 600,000. You see, he turned down 600,000 for 30 million.
600,000.
So who is he deceiving?
Imagine. This is deceiving. And he was saying it like, oh, he doesn't want that they should just let that one go, then it's not a senator. Like, I was like, imagine, is it even normal to be paying from that one, and you're still in service, you're still getting huge amount.
They can't survive outside politics, my sister. They can't survive outside politics. I know them too. And I bet you probably have one of two of them around and you can tell too. They can't survive outside politics. These are people who can't do any business. You know that some of them, when they steal money, they will go and start buying businesses, companies, right? After 4 years, when they are no longer in government, all those businesses will start dying because there's no free money to back them up. They can't build wealth. They can't maintain business or anything. That's why they can't survive outside politics.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So what that country cannot work. I always say it. Even I have blood brothers that they believe like the way they talk about this Tinubu. And when I went to his house, I'm telling you, I went to his house and he was like, he didn't say it loud. Like it was like, the man disappointed me. I was like, what did he say? Kilewi.
So it's okay. Don't let because I told them disappointment. I don't know where they are getting all this confidence from to say they mean well or they expect them to do right. How? Have they ever done anything right?
Honestly, are they stupid? Are these people our people? Are they stupid? I don't know. It's like they say, you used to tell me, do you think everybody will see the way you are seeing things?
Can you imagine?
So I see it in a different perspective.
Yeah.
So I believe in him. I was like, you believe in this man? This man? How?
The man will not believe in himself.
My other brother.
Tinubu, no.
My other brother, I bought me.
I don't understand. A lot of them right now, instead of them to now admit your own Egbo is very nice. Egbo Tinteshida, right? I want to admit.
How to admit?
Guess what? A lot of them will double down. They will double down. Say, do you know what he's doing? I know Ashiwaju. He did it in Lagos too. I say, Egbo, I'm a father swing lower swing less set. I'm a lot giant left from Saru Neo.
No, I'm jealous.
Because anytime Baloyi, they just calling in because there are people like that too. They are there.
Honestly.
Unfortunately,
oh my God. Honestly,
like
it's so sad.
Life is a teacher.
Yeah.
Life is a teacher.
Journey. Yes, now. Imagine, see the special children, the vulnerable people. Look at them. They just abandon them there.
Nobody cares per se.
Nobody cares. It's so sad. I couldn't watch it. Even the man, I just left the platform. Then I checked back. I checked back. No, I couldn't.
It's still obvious.
I couldn't even watch it. Imagine, I felt like crying.
Honestly.
Anyway, thank you so much, Maiyegun. My regards to everyone. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
So that's a very good one. That's where we're going to draw the curtains. The curtain rather. I'm going to go get some rest and get dinner. Can you even believe that? I always have my brunch, dinner, dinner sup or whatever, late at night. So I would have spent more time, but I think we should cap it now, okay? Thank you to every one of us that turned up tonight, as usual. To all my super chatters, the commenters, the callers, our donors, supporters, all over the place. We've had another wonderful evening. And all thanks to you that always make the congregation interesting. I am going to see you some other time. And until then, do not stop watching Maiyegun. You will never regret it. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number 1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì Maiyegun ti